both in Wumi, both Baba, it doesn't matter everywhere in general.
On this side, on the Team Baba side, I think they
No, let's speak in general. Let's speak in general. I don't know. I think
let's speak in general. I mean, look, if you look at people who are patronizing, who will come and sell ideas, they will agree with you if you disagree with them, but they will come back under a different guise again until you align with them, until you align with their ideas.
No, I want you to choose somebody. We already get the definition. Who have you seen?
African TV is the narcissist.
No. African TV is a narcissist at the highest. I mean, he doesn't take prisoners. Yes. He doesn't take prisoners. Extremely. He will just chuck you anywhere. He will go from top to bottom. But don't joke with that man. I mean, if you need to diagnose someone, and if it is inherent of you, and then you can't shake it off, African TV will be number one narcissist.
I think you can put I think African TV ticks all the. I think it ticks all the boxes like Confucianist, emotion. Scientist,
no, I don't. I think it just carries his heart on his sleeve. And that's it. Emotionally, is a wreck. He's a wreck. It's the extreme of everything is coming from the man, and he's not having it. I mean, when you look at African TV, you've seen Donald Trump, and that is it. Donald Trump would tell you he's tarry for nothing else, and that's it. Take it or leave it. So.
No, but I don't think
I think I no disrespect here. No disrespect here. If you have to put yourself in one of these brackets, what would you put yourself? What would you fit in?
I don't know. I mean, for me, I see myself more of a realist, really.
Realist.
I think more of a realist, really. Because I will have to kind of weigh things on both sides, find the middle ground, and you don't have to agree with me, but at the end of the day, we just have to kind of deal with the reality of things. And I just see myself.
IT guy, you cannot categorize yourself. Let me categorize you. I'll put you in the category of confusion. I'll put you in the category of confusion.
That's what you want to say.
Why? Okay, explain what.
No, hold on. Let me explain.
That sounds extreme. It sounds extreme. It sounds extreme, but go on.
Let me explain why.
I'll mute myself. Explain. It sounds extreme, but carry on.
Yeah, mute yourself. You guys mute yourself, please. Explain. Let me explain. You know why? Your grammar is contabulous and infectious, and is too grammatical. And secondly, you talk too much, so you are a confusionist.
How about you, Takuma? Takuma, when will you put yourself?
Is there a way of you saying I confuse you? Does it then mean I confuse you in a way?
I don't categorize myself, sir.
Is that what you are trying to say? Does it mean I confuse you then?
Sakuma, look at the comments. Sakuma, look at the comment section. They put you everywhere. They say you're a papa.
Don't mind them. Don't mind them. I'm their chairman. Don't mind them. I don't want to look at them. But I cannot categorize myself. Let the comment section categorize me.
Let me give you. Sorry, let me just help others. Okay, guys, can you guys hear me first of all? Can you guys hear me? Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes. So a Confucianist, so that people will grab the definition. A Confucianist is someone who intentionally engages in actions or promotes ideas that create confusion, uncertainty, or a lack of clarity. Often with
but that's top movies now. That's top movies now. That's top. What you guys talking about? That's top movies.
Even Baba Mohbad. Wait, even Baba Mohbad falls into that. Wait, Baba Mohbad falls into that. Wait, Baba Mohbad falls into confusionist as well.
Baba Mohbad is a confusionist. Narcissistic.
I mean,
so what is Papariano? Carpenter, what is Papariano?
Let me undo that one. Let me undo that one.
Papariano is simply a split personality.
No. Let me answer Papariano. That one. I have that one in my dictionary. I have it in my notepad.
A businessman.
Paparano falls into category confusionist, property, scientist, socialist.
Paparano is
He ticks
everything.
all the boxes.
A confused scientist. A confused scientist.
I agree, a complete scientist or a confusionist
No, talk about
scientist.
split personality. Paparano can wake up and decide to curse someone for 2 hours and then switch into scientist mode.
Guy, Paparano can make you.
Pragmatist
Paparano can
confusionist.
make you.
Paparano is a
Paparano can make you. Wait, Paparano can make you hate somebody today and tomorrow make you like the person.
Exactly.
That's why I say don't take him serious. That's why I say don't never take him serious.
Carpenter, do you see what he did
Sir?
during the go fraud me? One day don't follow is a go for me. Another day he has put 200,000, and third day he was all hell break loose. I mean, talking of a real confusionist.
The day I found out that Paparano is a problem was the day he said, Babai is a how did he use? He said, Babai is stupid in a good way. And majority of the people here that listen to Paparano, majority of the people that listen to Paparano, when they call about stupid, they follow. Babai is very stupid. That man. And he came back and said, in a good way.
And everybody was like, why? Are you okay? What did you mean? I was there that day. I was like, what the fuck did you just say? But the funniest one is that go fraud me. I went to sleep and I woke up the following day. And Papariano was everywhere. I was like, where is this guy? Left, right, left. A real confusionist, a really pragmatic confusionist scientist. That is where I will put him. And
in all of this, where do we put aristocrat? Even though aristocrat said he's a scientist, would you agree that aristocrat is a scientist? Because scientists don't deal with emotions. I can tell you where aristocrat were with emotions. But go on.
I will put aristocrat under realist.
I'll put aristocrat. No, I'll put aristocrats.
You know what, let me tell you, why I put aristocrat under realist? Why I put aristocrat under realist is somebody that's, I just seem like that, okay? Is somebody that sometimes, can I put aristocrat under realist? Maybe, I think maybe aristocrat doesn't have an option. Like maybe we should create a new word for aristocrat.
Let me categorize it.
Let me describe.
You are a host.
Okay, you go on first. Go on.
Let me categorize it. He's a confusionist because of his grammatic brouhaha. His conglomerate.
Let's try to see.
That is confusion. You see, when you come. No, seriously, I'm serious. That was why I gave IT the same. But he's a pragmatic, emotional. When you come to being realistic,
you are not clear. The difference. Wait, please wait. Just describe him. For me, I don't say. Just describe him. What you say in his behavior. Because me, I can describe him.
You're forcing it. Teflon, you're forcing it. You're forcing it. No, Teflon, you're forcing it. You're forcing it.
Let me give you don't. For this one, I see for okay. I just see
Peter,
a man. Okay. That I see a man. Okay, whereby he has his own logic. He knows what is logically correct. Okay. So when he engage, because how do we know people? We know that through how they engage, whether they engage emotionally, they engage with, they engage with their own logic. Yes. So I think aristocrat is somebody that, right? When he likes you, okay, he can correct you gently. When he found out that he doesn't want the correction, he will just take the things the way you want it. So he's ready. He will know that something is not right. Okay. But if he sees that there are some people like me now, if I know that something is not right, okay, I will force it to be my way. But he he will not force it to be his way. If you find that, okay, like it's not going, you're not agreeing, then you will just find a way to just support, to just support.
And although he's not a full-time host, I'll give him the best host. You know why? Because even though his grammatic is Confucianist, but he still find his way to explain. He still find his way to explain to the downtrodden low class. And he always never let go until he knows that a lot of people agrees or understand what he's trying to pull. The only reason why I put him ahead of you is because when you don't shut your gogoro, you don't go anywhere. But
No, you know me,
lack
I'm doing
of that,
show.
you'll
Me,
be next to
me,
him.
I'm doing show.
And because you are,
Yeah, no, me, I'm doing show.
Let's give aristocrat pragmatism. I think I'll give him pragmatism. He's quite philosophical
I
and
agree.
pragmatic.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's realist. That's realist now.
Thank you,
And I think
Thank you for
realist
that.
makes sense to be realist. Being pragmatic is to be real now. Is to being realistic.
Yes, but hold on. But that wasn't in our category. So I'll put him there.
No, realist was there. No, realist was
But he
pragmatic.
has a philosophical energy to his submissions.
That's real. I mean,
Because
Exactly.
yeah.
Like Papariano said, until he makes you understand what he wants to say or what he's driving at, he will not let go.
no, I'm looking at his
He
engagement,
will
like when
explain.
he engaged into very tough, when he engaged into argument and all of those stuff, like it's not somebody who is ready to, put it out all. There are people who are ready to start insulting you, fighting you, In fact, if they won't see you real life, they will fight you. Sure, you understand?
The day aristocrat, the day aristocrat dragged me, I was dumbfounded. I was like, what? So what I did was keep quiet, and so that I can understand what makes him to get angry. And guess what? He was right, and I just let go.
Paparano,
Yeah, no, but sometimes
where do you group where do you group people, yeah, even though they know they are right, yeah, but they give up easily. They don't want to argue. They just give up, they just let go. Where do you group them?
Now be pragmatic now, Abi. When you can't change their mind, and you know they are unchangeable.
It depends where.
Yeah, that's why.
Now, if you take aristocrat to maybe Yomi platform, wait now, see Carpenter. If you take aristocrat to any Yomi platform, where they are majority and he alone, okay, and he know he's saying something right, but he don't want to hear it, give me aristocrat will fight.
They say aristocrat is grammatically consuming. They say aristocrat is grammatically consuming.
So where do you put Jack? Where do you put Jack? Where do you put Jack in all of this? Where do you put Jack?
That is something else. So
Confucianist.
Grammatical Confucianist.
A realistic
No, I disagree. Papariano, I'll put Jack in rhetoric pragmatic, because his rhetoric is very powerful. No, his rhetoric is very powerful, and it makes you.
But Papariano, you do understand that Jack goes very
is a journalist. Jack is a journalist.
With emotions as well, but people just don't see it. Wait, Jack deals with emotions as well, but people just don't see it.
Jack is not emotional because people who are emotional, you can't convince them based on
when Jack
is very emotional.
Yes.
People are emotional. You cannot use facts to convince them. If you bring facts while speaking to Jack,
Papariano,
you will convince.
Papariano, Jack, hold on. Jack checks his facts before he come with his rhetoric. And once he check his facts and he knows he's speaking the right thing, his rhetoric becomes more firing. And he stick with it. That is Jack. Jack is person that you know is speaking rhetoric, but you want to listen to.
I disagree with you. No, I disagree with you.
And don't forget about how emphatic Jack will be as well. It's quite emphatic in his submission.
Wait, let me.
Very emphatic.
Is there anything? Is there anything called? Wait, Paprano. Is there anything called pretendist? Should I use that? Pretendist. Is there anything called pretendist?
Like, you cannot use that for Jack.
Don't let them lock you up. Don't let them lock you up tonight.
We'll lock you up.
Don't let them lock you up tonight.
I have my reason for saying that. Right? So, wait, hold on now. Wait first now. Let me die before you bury me now. Let me die before you bury me.
Right?
Okay, wait. See, a person who pretends is called an imposter or a pretender.
Yes.
Or a deceptist.
Impostor.
A deceptist.
Exactly.
A deceptist.
No, but Paprano. Wait. I need to know the system. No, wait, I don't know the system. Now, I'm not saying it. See, me, I'm very good at observing people, right? I'm not saying it to disrespect him or whatever. But, Jack comes like someone that, when he speaks here, a lot of people follow that line that, this person is nailing it. But it still comes with emotion. Do you understand? But you don't see that emotion in him. Your people will be saying, Jack is nailing it. But you can tell.
But I can tell what, he's always nailing it. What he believes in.
Yeah, but you can tell that he's dealing with emotions. You can tell that he's dealing with. See, he wants to take the emotion away. But some of us can see it. Some of us can see
that. He's using his emotions. Carpenter. He's using his emotions emphatically. That's the thing. Emphatically.
Yes. You know that I would think Jack is also more emotional, right? Okay. I think Jack can do more of him giving a full narrative rather than engaging. Like we now, sometimes when anti-justice come, we engage. We try to give points, quick, sharp points. We engage, right? But he will rather take the full time, so he can express his thing. He can. He's just somebody, maybe just somebody who is rhetorical, a rhetorical person. They will use some figure of speech whereby in the beginning you'll be confused. But if you listen to them, the end will justify the beginning. From where
exactly.
From let him speak to the end, then you will now begin to realize, you will now begin to clap. But if you want to one-on-one, point by point, I don't think he wants to really be there. He doesn't want to be in that.
Papariano, can we go to the women? We finalize. So let's go to the women.
Okay.
So let me continue my list now. Let me continue the list. Let me continue the list. Aristocrat. Let me continue listing. I can continue listing.
Summer is coming now. You guys ready for summer? Beginning.
Where do we, Paparano? So where do we put Thunder Fire in all of this?
Oh my God!
Fuck you!
Oh my goodness! Where do we put Thunder Fire? Oh God! Somebody should go first. Jack, where do you put Thunder Fire?
Is a volcanist. He's a volcanoist, erupting anyhow. I don't know where to put that.
Let's see. Do you think I could create a different list?
Thunder Fire is like a volcano, isn't it? It's like a volcano. I know what happens when the lava kicks in.
She's a realist. Guys, I think she's a realist.
Yeah.
She's a realist.
She's a realist. She's a realist. An eruptive realist.
I agree with that.
I disagree. I disagree. I disagree. I disagree. I disagree.
She's
But
an eruptive
no, let Teflon go first. But I disagree. I disagree. But let Teflon go first.
So you haven't experienced thunder fire going from 0 to 100 before, Carpenter. You haven't experienced thunder fire going from 0 to 100.
Yeah, but it depends. No. But the IT guy. No, it depends. IT guy. It depends.
We're talking about the major character, the major. Everybody
exactly.
Yeah, of course, she's definitely a realist. No doubt about it.
We're not looking at that.
It depends on IT guy. For her to go from 0 to 100, depends on the conversation you're having, right? She goes 100 when she's upset, all right? But when it comes to justice for Mohbad on its own, you can't say she goes from 0 to 100 because I've seen people from Team Yomi come to her platform and there's a way they say things and she just don't say anything. So I wouldn't say she's a realist because she listens to what they are saying but without interjecting. It's like she swallows everything they say.
So are you trying to say she's reactive? Very reactive.
No. Carpenter.
Go on.
Carpenter.
Can we go
There's
to
something we need to
Omologo?
get. There's something we need to get. If it's Papariano hosts and engage people. So you can gauge Papariano from interaction with people. There are many people, when they are hosts, their role is not to be combative. Their role is to balance things. So you do not use that to judge them. But where you will get who they are is when they are on a matter. And that is where I feel she's a realist. Why? She does not like when in the morning you said A and in the afternoon you say B. She will just go ballistic on you. She will not hold it. She's someone that don't want you to dance around.
Yes.
But if she is engaging people on a platform, she can accommodate them. And when they go wrong, she will drop them. She will say, I don't want you, when you do something that she feels is not good. So let us try to separate them from doing the role of a host or mediating. No. Let us look at them as their personality.
Can we go to Tenny Omologo?
Teflon, before you go to Tenny, please, quick question.
I don't really know
people that are quiet, wait, please, people that are quiet, what do you call them? People that are quiet, what do you call them? The quiet ones, what do you call them?
No, we are talking about hosts. We are talking about hosts.
I know the quiet hosts. There are some hosts that are quiet now that they just Kunle is quiet.
Exactly.
Kunle is quiet. Kunle, I just give
Kunle. Omi amu ni Kunle o. Omi amu. Tutu.
Are you talking about introvert? Like introvert.
Kunle is more about introvert, but Kunle has a way of passing his information. He says and he passes his information. Without creating chaos.
We have heard
he doesn't like
before.
chaos.
Yeah, we can categorize him based on his engagement. No matter how quiet,
on his engagement,
how extrovertic, we can look at when he wants to engage. How does it go like? So we can use that. We can use that.
I'll put him in realist. I'll put him in realist.
Yes, I agree.
Realist.
He's a realist.
I agree.
He's a realist.
I'll just give him the biggest label tonight. He's a smooth operator.
Exactly, I agree. Thank you.
I think realist. I just like that.
Yeah, I agree.
Kule is a realist.
So next person, tell me Omologo. Where do you put Tenny Omologo?
Yes, you guys didn't conclude on me. You guys did me like that.
We don't conclude on you.
We'll come back to you now. We'll come back to you. We'll come back to you. We'll come back to you. We'll come back to you.
Because you guys are joking again.
Confucianist. You say you are a Confucianist. Where your medal?
You are joking. You are still joking. Okay, prove it. Me, I can prove you are
Confucianist.
Yeah,
you are still joking. Stop joking, please. Let's have something.
No rush. We do you last.
We cannot force us.
We do Paparano last.
Okay, we'll come back to me.
Wait, have we done 90 guys?
You've done
We
it.
don't do that.
Have we done
We've
IT
done
guys?
IT
I
guy.
don't do.
Yes, we've done him.
Okay, yeah, let's go Tenny.
After Tenny, we'll come back to Pra.
Me, I can't say much about Tenny.
Pra is not a.
That's the problem. A lot of us don't know Tenny. A lot of us don't know Tenny. We don't go to a platform. A lot of us don't know her like
I
that.
can't say more about Tenny. I can't.
I'll put
for me, I've
Tenny.
said that narcissist.
I'll put Tenny. I'll put Tenny in narcissist and pragmatic.
Yeah.
No, he believes in.
A narcissist.
A pragmatic narcissist.
Let's say you are engaging with Tenny, okay? You're not going to have a smooth engagement. It's going to be like she's going to talk over you. Okay, and she's she's going to try to prove it her way or no way. She can't be in a place where
Yes, I agree with you on that.
How you are dominating her,
and she can be pretentious and bombastic as well.
Big time.
Demi bombastic.
Paparano, I agree with what you said. With one experience I had with Tenny here, she was saying, Paparano, shut up, or I leave this place. If it is not her way, no way. It is her way or no way. And until she's satisfied, she goes.
Yeah. So African TV is narcissistic. We have done that.
Where do you put that woman, Papariano, that Yarubo, Exabot.
She's not
Exabot.
Let's focus just on Mohbad.
She's not
engaging people now.
Sakuma, I'm giving one to you, Sakuma. You are very sneaky. You are very sneaky, man.
I'm not.
You're very sneaky, Sakuma.
Not a host. I'm a politician.
We're talking about engagement. Like people, when you go to platform, you engage people. No, we're not talking about hosts. In hosting, it's just about bringing people to the platform. We're talking about engagement to know, like, where you belong. Whenever you engage people.
I don't know why the guy would. I'm just being pragmatic. I'm being political.
Okay, that is pragmatic. What about Susie?
Wait, let Carpenter go now. Are you done? I want Carpenter to be choosing. I mean, there's a way he chooses. There's a way he mentions people.
All right. Okay. Yes, now I'm going to go to I'm going to go to Ish Talk. Where do you put Ish Talk?
Okay. Anybody who has engaged him before?
Talk. I'll put him on the category of Kule, but with negative.
Emotionalist. For me, emotionalist. For me, emotionalist.
He's a cool guy.
I'll put him down as a manipulator. A bit of a manipulator.
Thank you.
I mean, we may not insult. Emotionalist. Supremacist realist.
West to.
David, there was word for manipulator, but emotional. Let's just look at emotionalist.
No,
green snake. Westo is a green snake under the green grass.
He would have fitted in the box of manipulator. David, there was any such box. That's the perfect play because he knows what's going on, but because of what he want to benefit, he keep doing that instead of this and playing this.
Manipulator. Arifanko.
Our own very Aduke King.
Aduke King is realist.
Untouchable.
Yeah.
It's realist.
Aduke is realist.
Aduke is not realist.
Don't forget Veron.
Wait now.
Aduke is a realist.
Aduke is
not realist.
Aduke is more realist.
No, I disagree. She's a narcissist.
Looking at what is more. We know everybody has many characters. We're looking at just what we think is a little bit more.
Exactly.
More of them. Yes.
He's not a realist. Aduke you can think Aduke will stay at the roundabout. Before you know it, she has gone east. And she's coming back. You would think that she's going to stay at the roundabout. Before you, she's more opposite of what's her name? That lady, Buki Jesse. Bukky Jesse is Agongoye.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Let Carpenter be choosing now. Just please don't go ahead of us, please, so that
No. I'm sorry to. I'm not going to Bukky Jesse. I'm talking about Aduke. Aduke is the opposite of Bukky.
We are going.
How about our own Lizzie Diamond?
She's a baby. I'll just say she's a baby.
She's a realist. We have so many realists in this case. And she's a realist. Realist. For me, I think she's a realist.
Do we all agree on that?
If you can show us, if you can show us something, she will go with it. She will not like whatever you do.
How about Sele essay?
Voila.
Accountability. Accountability. That is pragmatic.
I'll put him
to me. I think Sele.
We have not
Sele is quite pragmatic.
To me, I think Sele.
Let's look for something more than a realist. You know, realists, like they will leave it to somebody, but there are some people that they want to investigate further. They will not just take it the way it is. A realist, the way it is, they will take it like that. It's somebody who take things the way it is. Like as long as they can see something, they will take it like that. But there are some people they will not be pleased. Even when you show them that this is the evidence, they will still want to go more to try to check why, how, when.
I think Sele is someone who chose a niche on justice for Mohbad, and then he stayed on that. He's been asking for accountability for a long time, and there is no way you will mention accountability. It's synonymous.
Where then do you pull Agata? Where then do we pull Agata?
Sneaky.
Confusion.
No, Carpenter, you have to ask. Wait, please now. Let Carpenter go first. Carpenter, this is for you. Where do you pull Agata?
Lagata. I don't think we've created a name yet for that. We haven't created. We have to go for a name.
Say now. Yeah, describe what you forget about him.
Let me think. No, I'm not gonna say he's a realist. I'm not gonna say he's a. Should have put him in. He's not a Confucianist, in my opinion. He's not. He's not a scientist. He's not a realist. So where can I put him? Maybe if someone is playful and just cruising, where can you put that person?
We put Nehimoli and Lagata in the same box.
No.
But believe me, but guys, I swear, guys, I must say the truth. I have never ever engaged this lady's intent.
But she has
That's what I'm trying to think that maybe
very pragmatic.
I've ever spoken to her. Do so many nice things about her that she analyzes. But
she started on your platform. Papariano, she started on your platform.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, she was so emotional to Mohbad. Like, because then we analyze everything. The moment we come to Mohbad,
but she's not anymore.
She's
not anymore.
She's fixated. She's fixated to what she wants to hear. And when she doesn't get that,
very, very eruptive. Very, very eruptive. Once she makes up her mind,
I don't even know how to look at that.
That's it.
Yeah.
But
should this a pretender?
Paparano, I know her, and I can tell you. Wait, I know her. Let me tell you her characteristics. Then you put her in the. Hold on 1 second. Let me excuse. Hold on 1 second. I know her. We talk well. So let me put it this way, right?
And not forget, consider her not on a propagandist, like somebody like when the Ada Foundation came out, bringing that information without her. Okay,
I will tell you,
that was wrong. I'm bringing it out.
Wait. Let me. I know her. We talk well. She's somebody that what she believes in is what she believes in. She's somebody that gives people benefit of doubt. Even when you say Paparano is a bad person, because you're saying Paparano is a bad person does not mean she will go with you that Paparano is a bad person. She has to experience Paparano. Do you understand? She
Exactly.
has to
That's so
experience.
true.
Yeah, she
That's
has to.
so
You
true.
know the way everybody was saying Baba is this that. Not until when everything is coming to play now that she's like, okay, maybe she's not just going to jump on wagon that, oh, people are saying this person is a bad person and I have to just join them and say this person. She has to experience it. Do you understand? So where do you put that person? Where do you put that
Papariano,
person?
hold on. Papariano, she's also scientific. You know, she started there. She's very intrusive. Intrusive in the sense that rightfully intrusive. So she's very scientific.
Her number one quality is she's very self-centered, extremely self-centered.
Carpenter, when you say
Wait, she believes. Wait,
Carpenter.
I wouldn't say self-centered. Now, let me put it this way. Let me put it this way. I'm going to be honest here. The only way to judge this person is when you have a conversation with her outside TikTok that has got nothing to do with J4M, which is why I listen to a lot of people, because J4M is a different thing. J4M is a different thing. When you speak to people outside J4M, you get to know
Carpenter,
who
you
they really
cannot
are.
use that premises. You cannot use the premises
wait.
outside.
There are so many people you have passed.
Let me finish. Wait, let me finish. Hold on now. Wait, let me finish. Let me finish.
It is what
now.
they
Let me
do on
finish.
J4M.
It means they are deceived. It means they are
Okay, let me
deceiving.
go to let me go to J4M. Okay, Aristocrat, let me go to J4M now. Let me go to J4M now. Now, a lot of people. Let me speak on Imoli now. Let me go on Imoli now. Now, on J4M level, yeah, I keep telling people that some of us we are slow to assimilate stuff. What we've seen 10 years ago, some people are just seeing it now. That is where she falls into. Do you understand? Like, she's intelligent, but then this thing has to be real for her to take it. If she has not experienced it, she's not just going to take it. Say for example, now we've been talking about
which means
exactly she's a realist, exactly.
We just
which means
she is
exactly
a simple
Yes.
realist. Until she's convinced. She's not convinced.
Exactly. So that's the difference. When Papano was talking about the Imoli and Lagata, that was why I disagreed. That they are two different people.
Different.
Let me say something. Let me say something.
Lagata can
But at the time,
undeniable.
hold on. Papariano, now, at the time when you engage people and you try to tell them, okay, this is my own standpoint, but because they have not experienced that thing, they are not getting you that I've not also experienced, but probably by intuition, you understand that, no, wow, this thing, or probably by understanding antecedents and putting it logically, I know this is what is going on. Now they are now getting it. Getting back to your own point, where did you categorize those kind of people?
That's why we are saying people like that. People who say sin before believing, they are realists. Okay, but now
he's still a realist.
Exactly. But now there are some people that they even believe before they sin. Now these ones, they are not just realists, but they are more. They are people who they have other tools which they use to confirm. They don't just believe in what they see. Okay, they also believe in the conviction, the brain behind the logic behind it. So they are more. They are also empirical. Some people are empirical. They base on their experience. You know, they base whatever the conversation is on their experience. Some base it on the fact available in front of them. That's been empirical. Empirical, you base it on what you see, based on your experience. So you have been empirical. You're saying empirical.
Oh, there are a lot of things.
Should I continue with my list?
Okay, good.
Should I continue with my list?
No, hello everybody. Let me quickly Gano see Nehimoli. Let me Gano see that one. If you say she's a realist, let me just say Gano see the Nehimoli one. I just joined in and I just got it before you moved on, please. If you think she's a realist or that thing you just put her in, during the that universe, then she wouldn't have been too dramatic about it. She would probably have done her investigation first before she blew it out of proportion. That's what I think for someone that is a realist. But she caused so much commotion, then she realized. So is that not propagandist?
We understand that she's not. The larger part of her is not propagandist. The larger part of her when you engage her in justice for Mohbad, okay, entirely, she will agree with you when you show her stuff. But for me, I'm finding this difficult to say because all the time I've had, but I'm just trying to respect the views of those who have had more engagement, more sincere engagement. Because all the times like I've had with this lady, and I hope that we have a good time, maybe later one time later on, maybe where I can see how she's because with Soma, I can tell you how Soma think. I can tell you how West to Arifa, Lori, most of that thing. But her, to be specific, right? I just see her as somebody that she's fixated, she fixed her mind to what she wants to do, and then she pushed that out. Anything else that comes that is going to be against what she wants, I think she cannot reckon with it. That's what I think she's reckon with it. If, for example,
she's still finding out.
Yeah, if she want to stand with Baba Mohbad, okay, like it is up to her. She's the one. Like maybe someone manipulative or I don't understand. Like let me say, if she makes up her mind that she wants to be Baba Mohbad, she will be with Baba Mohbad until by herself she decide not to be by herself. She wants to be with Yomi. You cannot change her from staying away from Baba Mohbad. The same way you cannot change her from staying away from Yomi. So, like, it is still until she sees something that can convince her that now you can leave this ground to the other ground.
So, do you I don't like. Do we put?
I will see
no, I don't see. You see, when you use the word realist, that means even come 10 years, 5 years, 2 years from now, it's still going to be the reality of things. But from what you are explaining now, I know you say.
Do you understand who's a realist? You understand?
I do. Wait. Let me finish first. From what you just described, it's like she gets an idea, she fixates on this.
You see, this is where we disagree. Me too. This is where we disagree. I like something in the conversation. I like to have an established definition with somebody, so that then when you apply that definition, I will know where we are both going. I don't want to be lost. So please tell me, who is a realist for you? And then
a realist is someone that is factual. Simply put, the other word.
No, that's wrong. That's wrong, please. A realist is somebody that sees things the way it is.
Factual.
Not a realist may not be factual.
Because let me see. Let's
do something. Let's try to Google it, and then so that because I want us to have something we can work with. If we just work with anything from our head, we will not be able to have an agreement on where people belong. So just wait, let me read something out for us so that we can work with something with the definition, please. Now, who is a realist? A realist is someone who accepts and deals with things as they are, focusing on practical matters and avoiding unrealistic or idealistic viewpoints. A realist person is not necessarily factual. It's just how they see things.
Look at the synonyms of realist. It has to be factual. Even what you read is factual in nature. What you read now means something that is fact.
Don't look at synonymous. Synonymous may be slight from the original word. It's just something similar.
Paparano, Botija is right. Paparano, Botija is right. Factual. Someone that deals with facts. That's a realist, yeah. Someone that deals with facts.
Do we go with that definition? Okay, now see wait. Everybody, please wait. I know what I'm saying here. We have to, because I've been in all these philosophical, like conversations, debate, and I know how those things get scattered. So we try to establish grounds which we apply it easily to every discussion. Now, I just Google. It's a realist. Is someone who is realistic being factual? He says no. Is a realist a fact person? It says no. So please, somebody should also use their computer. I don't want to be alone on this, please. So whatever you want to say about realist, please just put it in writing.
I'll
read it out. Please, no, please wait.
I'll read it out. Hold on.
Yes, read it out, whatever you have there.
Now, Papayano, you see, to put this in context.
What I have here, let me first. He said no. Please don't do that. Don't discard anybody right now. Now we want to prove that what realist. We want to know what it is. Don't put anybody. Okay. So it says no. Being a realist isn't a fact, but rather a descriptor of a person's perspective or approach to situations. A person's perspective. It can be subjective to them. What is real to me is not real to you. If something is real to me, I will be convinced by it. I will go for it. So, if until something becomes real to me before I make move, I'm a realist. I'll tell you that, come, this thing you're saying is not real to me. It may be real to you, but it's not real to me. I'm a realist. I need to see it myself in my own way. You might have seen it in your own way.
Can I read it for you? Can I read it for you?
We need to get the context of what we're talking about.
Hold on. Let me read it. A realist is someone who tends to view the world and situations in a practical, factual, unidealized way, rather than focusing on how things should be. A realist focuses on how things actually are.
Thank you very much. And that is correct. Now, a scientist will focus on how it should be because they want to prove it. But a realist, they are always subjective to their own viewpoint, to what they see. What is real to me may not be real to you. And I'm still a realistic person because I'll be telling you I'm being realistic because to me it's real. But to you said it's not real.
And that is where.
Okay, now, can we have two? A carpenter, Mr. Carpenter, can we have a realistic person disagree with another realistic person? Two realists disagree with each other. Is it possible?
I think of course it's possible. Depends on.
But two scientists can't disagree with fact, but two realists can disagree with the fact presented.
No, I believe even as scientists, I believe they can disagree. It depends on the context now. Now, if we go, let's say they're both working in a laboratory, and they're working on, say, two different chemicals, right? Like, they're even same chemicals, right? When you look at the quantity of what they're using to mix, obviously they'll get a different result. But even though they've used the same samples, so in my opinion, on this one, like that's why I asked Aristocrat earlier that what's the difference between a realist and a scientist?
Papariano.
Go on, Jack.
That's why I say until we define those things, we can't apply it. We have to be sure that we have one definition we are convinced about, then apply it to other people. Otherwise, it's not being fair.
Paparano, in reality, when a man and a woman come together and conjugate, they have a baby. That's a fact.
No, that one is fact. That one is not just
exactly.
That
in reality, that's a context. In reality, but then that's a fact. In reality, so that is how you deal with it. So it is. Correct.
What he said, in reality, when a man and a woman conjugate, in reality, but remember, sometimes it's not always factual. Because some couples copulate and they don't have a baby.
Thank you very much.
But in reality, you know, but anyway, maybe let me put what I was going to say in context.
So reproduction is not just dependent on, competition.
There are other variables. But let me go back to that. Hold on, let me go back to the Nehimoli.
We can say reality is not one. There can be diverse of reality, right?
I don't know. Let me try and put it in sentence. Let me try and put this in sentence because in the instance of Nehimoli, we now see that Nehimoli is, when she was supporting Baba, she was supporting Baba. I'm not being insultive, it's lack of better words. Maybe blindly.
Blindly.
Yeah, blindly. I'm not being insultive, just lack of another word. And blindly, when she came out with Ada Saga, can we say she did that too? Blindly. So when you have this, and these are two major factors in justice for Mohbad, how then can you place such a person under realist? That's my question.
The same question, if we put that question to her, then we will question you too. Okay, that's why I said that we are trying to look at the broader, view.
But you can question me. You can also, yes, you can. You have to use the same yardstick for everybody.
I will use the same for you. I'm coming to it, please. Great. We can put the same question to you, which will not.
So, no, it's not just to me. You use that yardstick for everybody.
That's what I'm saying everybody. Now. I want to use that measurement. I want to use that measure.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay? Yes. I want to put you in the corner that being realistic, okay? Fine. If we are being realistic, it means we are subjected to how we see things, right? Because it's what you see, you believe. I may not believe what you believe, but that is what you see. That is what is seeming to you. And I'm not going to force you to change your point of views, the way you see life, okay? It's how you have experienced life, it's how you've seen life. We have two different reality, me and you, in this world, okay? So now, but when it comes to fact, which I don't call reality, when it comes to fact, now, I think most times, all of us will fall short of the fact. We argue against the fact, but that doesn't still mean that we're not realistic in whatever that we believe. For example, when you say that Wumi killed Mohbad, okay, are you saying that from a perspective of, let's say we want to bring in full science, want to apply science, right, to its fullness now. Forget about what is real to you, what is seeming, what it seems like. For anybody to utter such statement that somebody killed somebody, there must be a provision of a convincing evidence beyond reasonable doubt that the person did so, right?
Correct.
But
and let me tell when you are done, let me answer that.
The point of view was not based on fact. So the same thing, point of view.
No, you cannot know what my point of view is based on.
Go on.
You have made a statement and I have agreed. Then you have to give me a time to give you my rationale for making such statements. I went by the information in front of me and a process of elimination.
That's your reality. What seems to you?
Process of elimination.
That's what seems to you, right?
But let me talk now. I'm quiet when you are talking. When you are keep interjecting me, I can't put my thoughts together.
I have to put clarity.
No, but let me talk. When I reach a full stop, you can put up
Just something. Okay.
I've not reached a full stop. Let me reach a full stop. Then you can clarify the sentence.
What you are saying here is a skill that I apply to everybody, not just you. I am trying to make sure.
Let me get. No,
it's not gonna. It cannot work that way. It cannot work that way, please. This is how it works here. I am the host. I have to understand what you're saying, and at the same time, be sure that
you cannot understand what I'm saying. If I say two words and you interject, and you have not reached a reasonable junction, allow me to get to a reasonable, maybe a comma or a full stop. But I said two words, you interject it. You don't even know where I'm going to land.
Go on, speak on.
Thank you. Now, I use the process of the information in front of me and the process of elimination. Okay, where did this guy die? Check. Who was there? Check. What happened? Check. What could have happened? Check. Check. No, this, that. So I don't have the evidences in front of me like black and white, but I used a process of elimination plus Wumi's story changing from minute to minute to minute to minute. Now, my question and my intelligent quotient is, why do people lie? People like to cover up. Now, what is she covering up? So I arrived at a reasonable junction in my own case. That, okay, even if I get a lawsuit, I will defend myself. Okay, this is why I arrived here. And in all of this, unless she tells us otherwise, it is still the best answer to the equation. They left together, they came back together, they were in the bedroom together, something happened. And if her story does not match this other person, does not match this other person, does not match the nurse, and the little scientific evidence that we are privy to in terms of the rigor mortis, I can make a sensible, intelligent conclusion as if I have an hypothesis, and in my hypothesis, I can say in conclusion, this is most likely what's transpired. So I use evidence-based information. For me, I am not just saying it out of emotions. And just the same way, I know, and I insisted on it, that injury in Mohbad's hand can never, I wasn't there, but I know it can never come from hitting the glass of a mirror. Never. No matter how many times you will assimilate it or stimulate it, there's no way. You must enjoy your knuckles and have a streak of wounds. The characteristic of that wound does not match the story they told us. The same way, it's not because I support Prime Boy. I don't give a shit about any of them. Okay? But because I know the story they gave does not match. That is why I eliminate him. I use a process of elimination, which scientifically, process of elimination is allowed. Now you can interject me.
Right, can I interject a little bit? If you say that you use the process of elimination now, and you eliminating the factors that Prime Boy didn't fight Mohbad in the sense, so Mohbad didn't eat his hand on that.
I didn't talk about fights.
No, I'm laying a logic here, please. Now, at the end of the day, so in tandem, he can't sustain an injury to the hand there. So putting this fact is a fact, though. Putting the fact with what the police have on ground, that he sustained an injury from where they went to the house, they called the nurse. How can you base your own? This is the question here, right? How can you base that? Your facts. Let me put it that way in quotes. Your facts from the elimination strategy you've used.
Okay. Good question. Let me answer your question.
In this sense,
let me answer your question. Okay. Thank you for your question. First, I didn't say there were facts. What I said I used a process of elimination. Number one. Number two, I never said there was no fight. I didn't say that. I only said Mohbad couldn't have sustained that injury from piercing the glass. That was the only statement I made. I didn't say anything about if there was a fight or if there was no fight. And scientifically, that wound There is no way that wound, number one, could have been sustained from hitting the glass. Number two, there's no way that wound can bleed profusely. Two things, two empirical facts. So the question now is, where did the police get the word profuse bleeding from? I wasn't there, the police wasn't there, but the police have to tell me things that are logical. I didn't say there was no fight. I wasn't there. There might be, there may not be. All I'm saying is the injury did not come from that hitting the glass. It could have come from Obema Kenje. It could have come from the, initially we also heard that Mohbad, Prime Boy hit Mohbad with Uruka. Probably, I don't know. I don't care. But that story they gave us is not a go. Doesn't make any sense. And that wound, there's no way that wound, go and study characteristic of wounds. There's no way that wound can bleed profusely for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And if there was a profuse bleeding will throw you into hypovolemic shock. So when I speak based on science and process of elimination. I put the two together. I have absolutely nothing to do with any of them. And I care less. But you have to present a situation to me, just like you presented Nehimoli to me. Now you say, is she a realist? And I come with my process of elimination. And Papariano said he wants to use that also as a yardstick for me. And I say, of course, it should be a yardstick we use should be across the board. You can use it and I can say, these are how I got to this place. I just don't go with emotions or I'm just saying it just because of saying sake or follow the crowd. I am very comfortable standing alone, which I have done in this situation many times. So that is why I say what I say. I use process of elimination and the little science presented to me. I know what a profuse bleeding is. I know the arteries and I know the veins that can bleed profusely. Because think of coming that will bleed profusely in that spot. There is no major veins or major arteries where Mohbad got injured. The characteristic of that injury does not marry the story they gave us. Wumi has told us some lies. So why do people lie? To cover up. Now, question is, what is she trying to cover up? So you have to put a lot of things into play. Then I can say, Wumi Monkpai, Wumi Lokpa Mohbad. Because they were both seen together, according to her, in the bedroom together. And with this new interview she has granted, she has even shed more light into it for us. That's how I arrived there. And sometimes it is called circumstantial evidence. It might not be concrete. And under the law, I am allowed. Simple as ABC. I just don't talk because I want to talk, I want to contribute. No. I talk with a logic reasoning.
So, Botija, where would you call yourself? Yeah. Hold on, please, 1 second. Botija, so would you call yourself a scientist or should I say a realist or
I'm a scientific, I am realistically scientific. I am. That's how I put myself. I don't know how someone else would place me, you know.
Okay, further question.
Hold on,
Botija, further question. So who again on Justice for Mohbad is on the same line as you, someone that you call a realist scientist. I don't think it can be the only one who is a realist scientist on the Justice for Mohbad. So who would you put in that angle as well?
I don't know. I think I'm a standalone. Because if you look at everything I have said came through. And I don't change my position even if the whole world is against me. I can stand. I don't. Some people take the shape of the container they are poured in. Me, I stand alone because you see, I will have used my process of elimination and I will have combined it with a little bit of science provided to me, and I will make my own logic conclusion that nobody can beat it. And nobody can beat everything I have spoken about in Justice for Mohbad.
Hold on, Botija. So
right from Baba Mohbad, right from October 2023.
Wait. So, hold on, Botija, no disrespect, we're just talking, right? Okay?
Sir,
so
I can hear you very well.
Personal. I said, don't take it personal, like we're just talking, right? Don't take it personal.
I don't.
So, how have you removed yourself, bro? How have you removed propaganda, should I say propagandist and confucianist? How have you removed those ones away? And you took scientists and realists. How have you taken that? Because now,
let me answer your question.
Let me finish. Hold on, man. Let me finish.
Okay.
The reason why I asked this is this. Remember that video that came out I think about 2 weeks ago, where the house or the earth was shaking, and we had someone like Jokem came up to start crying and all of that. That video came out via you, right?
No.
It was you that was talking about
No.
Okay, go on.
Now, that video, I was doing a show, we were doing a Woto section, and I got a call, and someone said they were going to send a video to me, and I said, somebody just send a video to me. I don't know AI, I don't know technology, I don't know anything, but I have sent it to this person, I have sent it to this person, I have sent it to this thing. Hello, that was all I did. I wasn't the originator. It was sent to me right in the middle of a show. And I didn't sensitize, give this tap before I put it out. Tap. No, I gave it out to over 50 people on the spot just to check on it. And they said, it's been out. Even Coffee called me on the phone and said, no, it's been out since about 11 hours. That is not real. I'm like, Emi Omo AI, Emi Omo superimposing Kiniko. And I was saying it live and direct. I didn't keep it or make a big deal out of it. I threw it out there. So I wasn't a Confucianist. I'm a realist. I didn't know anything about it. And I said, I knew, hello, can discuss it. So that's not a Confucianist. I threw it out there.
Good. I was saying something.
Wait. Let him finish his own. Let me know if he's satisfied first. Did you understand me, the sniper?
Yeah, I do understand you. Like, I understand you, but then
because if I have the instruments to measure it, to do it, or if I make, like, look at what Binti is saying now. Look at the way Binti is doing whatever information or video he said he has. Now, that probably will be a state of confusion, but I got it and I sent it out there and I said, hey, look what I got. I sent it to Chessman, sent it to Sammy Jojo, sent it to everybody on my contact list that is not blocked. That is on J4A. Send it to them and say, come on, let's discuss it. I don't know. And I accepted I don't know technology.
Wait, hold on, Botija. The way you've explained it, right, this is you speaking for yourself. Now, outside there's somebody on the fence, like people like me, Pra, they might term it as, Botija is a Confucianist, if you understand what I'm trying to say. Because when that thing came, even though you've got your excuse that, I don't really know about technology and all of that, but every other people will, before they even speak about it, they want to check if this thing is really real, rather than come online to talk about it. I just
told you I was in the middle of a chat and they sent it to me. So it's been flying around. When I got it, it says 11 hours ago. It's been flying flying around. So I wasn't the originator. I did not like conjure it in my laboratory or put this and this together to me. I don't do what top movie do. Like we do this, and throw it out just to have people confused. No, it was an information I got and I didn't know about it and I sent it out to people. And if anybody, like I always say that, on this J4M, there is primary school dropouts to PhD holders and everybody in between. So if you see it as being confusionist, you have the right to. Okay, you have the right to use it to say, oh, I confused this stuff. That's fine. For example, when somebody said, oh, Karimo gbé nínú ilé ẹ̀ tí mo ní, no, Tony, ó gbé nínú ilé ẹ̀ kíní kan, ní okay, fine. Ó gbé nínú ilé mi náà dẹ̀ nìyẹn. I was being sarcastic. Some people took it as a fact. Well, that's fine. It took them 18 months, 12 months, 10 months. Different people arrive at different time. I didn't care. See? But I don't spread rumors. I don't spread propaganda. I'm not a propagandist. And I'm not a Confucianist because I do rationale, a process of elimination, and science. That is why most of the things, almost if not 100%, 99 has come to pass. Because I remove emotions.
Carpenter, are you satisfied now?
Yes, bro.
Can I go on?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, go on. Even though I change in Kota and Shield, I change in Kota and Shield.
Hold on. I'll be no lang padasi. Emi o topic now. You said Papariano asked you that, okay, how do you come to the fact that Wunmi pa Mohbad, which brought about this question, right? And you mentioned, I listened to you intently, and then you said you used the process of elimination method, right? Which gave you a well, let me use my own word, satisfying quote and unquote fact that will make bite Mohbad. Now, when you were trying to prove your strategy, you said the injury to Mohbad's hand can't be. How can you eat? You cited that example, right? And then you eliminated Prime Boy. That is not where I'm going. My own point is that the position of the police is from the fact of being on ground and purported investigation that probably they did. I don't know. Now, with you not on ground, you used the elimination method, right? I'm not faulting your strategy, but I'm saying, how do you now correlate your strategy with the empirical evidence on ground that
first of all, don't use the word empirical.
All right,
because the police said, hold on. I've told you I've answered that question, my darling. Hold on. Don't be fixated on police because they wear uniform does not mean they were right. The police said the boy bled profusely. Where was the profuse bleeding coming from? It can never be from that wound. That's number one. Your empirical fact is wrong because that wound cannot bleed profusely. Number one. Number two, they too were not there. So they went by what they were told by the people that were there that we are saying they are probably covering and lying. They all have lied. All those people in that house, all have lied. And if it is the people that are lying that are giving the story to the police people, that's very sure they have told different lies at different times. Number three, when they called the police that did the evidence, IPO Yusuf Ibrahim, I'm giving you a name, go check it out, because I don't think you know. When Prime Boy's lawyer subpoenaed them to come, not really subpoena, but have them to come and adopt their testimonies, they abandoned it. Hence, Prime Boy's testimony by the police was going to be expunged. I am telling you fact. So don't go back to the police, you were not there. The police could not come to the inquest to adopt the story they told, and I'm giving you a name. IPO Yusuf Ibrahim. Because remember, Wunmi petitioned Prime Boy again, when he went to sign, he was detained and handcuffed to a chair. And we have the pictures, and that was unethical. And everything they said was recorded because Prime Boy has his phone in his pocket and was recording. So you see, I'm telling you things you probably are not privy to. And the police refused. In fact, I think they even said IPO Ibrahim is sick right now because someone just saw him and they told me they think he's sick, medically sick. So you see, when the police said there was profuse bleeding, if this case actually goes the right way, the police were supposed to be like, okay, discipline, because they didn't do any evidence. They probably made a call. Or maybe when everybody went to report at the police station, that's what they did. The police told us so many things. Police said patient brought in dead. Wunmi said patient was not brought in dead 20 minutes after. Those two people were on ground. Wunmi was on ground. So you see, the police did not do a good job. So you cannot use them as quality control or as a litmus test paper to do the. They are not empirical facts. In fact, their investigation there's a lot of flaws in what every sentence they use.
Supreme, 1 minute, let me interject. I'm alluding your facts. I like as you've laid all those to me, but I keep getting blocked to accept this when I realize that. So all this, or when police started investigation of this Mohbad case, they didn't know it was Mohbad, because I'm looking at Mohbad like, Mohbad okay, this is a superstar, and you didn't do your investigation. Superstar, people will talk, are they looking at somebody like they can just, maybe Mohbad is just somebody small, I don't know. Correlate that with the fact that police didn't do their thing. They just made a call and they collected oral evidence or oral interview from interrogations from people inside, and they went away. Mohbad. Okay. The day Mohbad died, or let's say the second day, allegedly, or in quotes now, Burna Boy. Look, are we looking at Mohbad like maybe one Admiral, like Pra on that bridge?
Can I drop? I don't know where you are going with this story you are telling me.
What I'm saying. Go
to your question. I don't want to know all those ones.
The question is, we are faulting the police on whatever they've done. I know. I'm saying, did the police do this purposefully without knowing it was Mohbad, or we are looking at our police doing, like what you said now? If we look at the police from,
I don't know. I am not responsible for the police. All I am responsible for is that this investigation was not conducted. I don't know, thoroughly.
I yield my mic though.
So I don't. Whoever their boss is will be the one that will answer the question. I am not here to answer that question for the police. I'm here to solve a murder case. I don't know if they knew, or if they didn't know, or why, or if they got a brown envelope or did not get a brown envelope. All I can tell you is the story regarding Prime Boy. And the question is, if we are saying that the wound was not sustained from hitting the glass, and if we all can reach that agreement scientifically, then the question is that I think Shitu should be asking Wunmi specifically, because Wunmi was there all through with him being the husband of the youth. Is Wunmi, this boy did not sustain this injury, couldn't have sustained this injury from hitting the glass. So since you were with him all through, where did he sustain the injury? I am not saying he didn't injure himself. I can see. And probably, yes, they probably called the nurse. Okay, fine. But the question is, where did he, or how did he sustain that injury? Maybe if we can know where or how, we'll be able to head somewhere positive. Because if we have gone through the process of elimination and said, nowhere in the world can you sustain this injury from hitting a glass of a car. Then we have to look, how did that injury get there? Could it be when the rail broke, he poked himself because it's so localized, the wound? Or could it be Obe, as we have heard, Obe Makenje? Now, if they say, it's Obe, it's Obe Makenje, it's Prime Boy, it's a one small pocket knife, he brought it out, look at it in the camera. Fine. Prime Boy, okay, we bring Prime Boy back into the scenario. But the scenario you painted and you want to draw Prime Boy into the case with that story go fly. They still can bring him and say, okay, we made a mistake. He actually poked him with a knife.
Yeah, I was just trying to be on the fence. I don't want to blame Prime, but I don't want to say things I don't know. It's not a fact to me. But if you look at it, when this whole story broke out, the first thing we heard was that even at the burial, I still have many videos like that. Don't pariwo, you know, I know. And then that thing sticks to my head. Hold on.
Just to continue what the sniper was there. I'm not here to talk about the case. We're doing this propagandist and, you know, giving this thing, but, you know, it's not gonna fly. It's not gonna fly. It can't fly. So my coming to, Yomi was there 72, 48, 24, 12, 6, 1 minute to. So she, and being this spouse, the second in command, she should be the one to tell us the most truth. Now, also, if you look at it, why do people kill people? Many reasons, but mostly financial gains. Financial gains.
Can I give you one more reason?
Wait, let me finish. Mostly, if you have a business partner, you do business together, you make 50 million, and your partner doesn't want to give you your share because of greed, they look for a way to buy you. You borrow somebody money, it's time to pay, they look for how to poison you. You ask somebody build a house for you in Nigeria, they finish building it, is so fine, because of greed, they want to buy you. Mostly, it's because of financial gain, not necessarily liquid cash, but financial gain, some kind of benefit. Okay, so that's a known fact. Now, go down the line. Who tends to gain the most? Okay, Nigerian culture, probably not the parents, but let's throw Baba Mohbad into the bucket. Baba Mohbad, Iya Mohbad, and Yomi. Those are the three people that have to gain the most. Now, let's start our process of elimination. Mohbad died. Let's start our process of elimination.
Yes, sir.
I would even use the same. I will use the same.
Can somebody mute that person? Wait, let me finish. Let me finish, please. Let's start a process of, now that we've established the fact that a lot of people kill because of money, property, financial gain, estates, and stuff like that. Who tends to gain the more? Put Adura there, put Yomi there, put Iya Mohbad, put Baba Mohbad. Now, let's start our process of elimination. Who was with him 72 hours? Okay, everybody was there because they were all there on Saturday. Fine. 48 hours. That removes Baba Mohbad, that removes Iya Mohbad. Now, 24 hours. Yomi, Adura, and the rest of the people in the house. But the rest of the people in the house do not stand to gain much. Okay? Because they are not in succession. They are not in line to gain. Okay? So, Yomi and Adura, who were there in the last minutes of his breath? Yomi and Adura. And why are we calling out Yomi and Adura? We're calling out both of them. That is why we are saying Adura talk, Adura talk, Adura talk. Darusha does not stand to gain because Darusha is in-law ni. Down, uncle in Darusha. So your immediate brother and your wife. So by process of elimination, that puts Yomi on number one of the list of someone that tends to gain. And then who is lying to us? Yomi is the one she's been telling us different stories. Then who was there? Yomi is the one that was there in the last minute. who called the police or who threw the alarm out, and Wumi is one. What did she say? She said, oh, bully. Why will bully kill him when you know a nurse came to the house? Why did you focus on the bully that happened 20 months ago? So, Wumi, everything, when I dot my I's and cross my T's, everything comes to Wumi. And I can conclude, say, based on my research and my thesis, my conclusion is Wumi, simple. Bring out something else. Let's talk about anything else.
Now, let me come in.
Come in. Yes, come in.
Thank you. So now you've used your strategy, and I want to borrow it for a minute. Yeah. You mentioned Adura, Wumi, Baba, Mama. Then I will put Prime Boy. Then I would, in conjunction with outside.
I do that. Mohbad died in the house. Prime Boy was not there.
Yeah.
I have to go. I cannot argue. I don't argue too much. You can argue with yourself like that, but I'm not doing that because Prime Boy was not there. The boy died in the house. Why will you throw Prime Boy in the bucket? Prime Boy tends to gain nothing. If Mohbad dies today, Prime Boy has nothing he's going to gain from the death of Mohbad. Prime Boy was not in the house when Mohbad died. Why do you want to throw Prime Boy in the bucket?
Use the concept of envy. See how many people have died because of some people envy them. Now, then you look at that.
If you envy somebody, you have to have a legitimate reason and a gain. Prime Boy, what does he have to gain from keeping? I don't argue.
It's not like it is not.
It's been a good staying here. If you're saying
Adura can't gain anything except through Wumi. Wumi can't gain anything except through Liam. Liam can't Baba Mohbad. Now, who is the person that can actually get anything from outside to put something from to the inside? You know, tikuli oba padi to de ole padi man. Inu leni now. She inu leni okoni pibin. She bojo kuro leni. I'm not fingering the guy in this case. But Tejalaba Soludo Amoito to Ejeka Foju Bare Karimu. We are not saying Wumi is also innocent. People in Kojo. But don't eliminate one person just because the way you feel about them. Because using your elimination strategy now, if you eliminate, you can eliminate Adura because Adura won't gain anything except because Mohbad has a son. He will gain it from Wumi. Wumi can't gain anything except because she has a son for Mohbad. And the Baba and Mama Mohbad can't gain anything except the DNA proofs that Liam is not Mohbad's son. Right? Now, let's go on to it now. Prime Boy with friends outside it now. You can put envy here. That, okay? Prime Boy to buy envy, boy. And I was listening to some of these guys. I listened to most of them. I was like, even got the Zomo Mohbad it's a feature in already. Me Mohbad feature Prime Boy at any time, but you're close to. I don't know. I'm still looking at that. Muti page, muti everybody. Me she scientific research to me. My dig everybody one. I don't just come here and spew things. I'm not there. So the only thing I can do is to listen to them, and from what they say, ma she research it me. The Zomo mo wo la to kedele mo lo wo page from the one many pages to help ohun àti mo ojo wa mo wo page Prime Boy no lóòótọ́ ohun àti Mohbad jo wa tí mo máa rí bọ orin bobo it features Zomo gan tí o bí o ko mo ni ko purportedly o ti feature Adura àbúrò ẹ̀ feature, and this is a musician tejo jẹ́ ọmọ ìyá ẹjọ rẹ̀ ni never featured you in a music. Bring out that music. I have not seen it. I don't know. I stand to be corrected here. Yeah.
Give me a narrative why you said Tikuli Obak Pani to Deole Pani. Expatiate on that.
Thank you. Tikuli Obak Pani to Deole Pani. When these guys left the house, inu le ni ọmọ le ni Prime Boy ọ̀rẹ́ ni ọjọ́ kúrò nu le ni. You can say, yeah, Aratani wa ki wan lo. ara ilé tí Mohbad gbọ́kànlé ni ọ̀rẹ́ ni tó guide wọnú show. Now the second day lẹ́yìn ìgbà tí bọ̀bọ̀ yìí kú tó fẹ́ lọ sin, àwa ń gbọ́ pé ẹni tí wọ́n jọ lọ yẹn ni ó fi nǹkan kan gún, either true or not. Ẹni yìí wá ń sọ̀rọ̀ at the time, ó ní wípé bóun ṣe ní kinní kan ṣe tán lọ báyìí bí kinní kan òun lọ bá ẹni báyìí. Link it together. Inú ilé ni ọmọ ilé ni prime boy. Tó bá ní wọ́n lo ṣe kankan fún àdó. No, listen,
okay. Do you know that there is no substantive evidence to show that prime boy actually injured Mohbad from the show? Do you have any evidence?
Exactly what Supreme Iron Lady is saying. That I'm just trying
now,
to.
Now, just asking you, leave Iron Lady now. Leave Supreme. I'm trying to ask you, do you think there is substantive evidence?
Go on.
Do you think there is substantive evidence to show that Prime Boy actually fought Mohbad at the show? And why do you think the DPP advised that the court that Prime Boy should be exonerated from this matter?
Based on what? Do they have a reason?
No, I'm asking for DPP advising the court.
For DPP advising the court based on what?
Yes. Based on the fact that.
Is it based on the fact that the police have changed? Yes, I want to answer you now.
Why do you think the DPP advised the court?
I want to answer you now. Okay. Now, we just heard that the DPP have advised the court to eliminate the possible cause of Mohbad from coming from Prime Boy or Naira Marley and Sam Larry or those that bullied him. Accepted. Now, I'm asking this question now that the advice they gave to the magistrate court, it was based on what? Based on what evidence? Is it based on the evidence that the police have changed their first narrative that this guy sustained an injury from punching so vehicle and allegedly got home, bled profusely, so thing happened? Do they eliminated that as the police authority come back to change that statement in the public? Would you say that is because I'm asking why would the DPP say we exonerate, we remove possible cause from coming from Prime Boy, Naira Marley because they were not in the house, and you still haven't given us another narrative that would corroborate this advice you are giving out? That is where I'm different, and I need an explanation from anybody.
Okay, that means you're not clear with the DPP advising the court. Okay, we're trying to analyze to look at some situations. Okay, try to nail Prime Boy through our analysis. Okay, reasonably and unreasonably, it does not make sense. Reasonably, it will have made sense if
I don't know if it's my own network, but I can't hear Rutimi again. This is my network gone, Nisha. Hello? Oh God. Papariano. Anyways, I still don't know why
Leave keys.
All right, so I don't come back.
Of watching briefing. The primary purpose of watching brief is, let me see, watching briefing. Yeah, watching brief. Let me reduce it here. All right. So the primary purpose of watching brief is to ensure that the criminal process, don't forget we have holding brief and watching brief. Holding brief is one lawyer standing for another lawyer when they are not available, but watching brief is the one I'm interested in. Okay, so in case of question, the primary purpose of watching brief is to ensure that the criminal process is conducted fairly and to protect that. Okay, so I'm just trying to give us the right information so that we speak to the direction of fact, what is what. So now before I come into it, yeah, thank you very much, Thunderfire. Wumi lawyer or Baba lawyer, either of them. Yeah. Tinu, don't say Yomi is doing too much. Okay. Be careful, you may be blocked. Okay. Yomi is the Odogu, but he will be guided. He's not doing too much. Shall you understand? If you say he's doing too much, I will block you and I will kick you off this place. You don't belong here. All of us who belong here, we don't believe Yomi is doing too much. If you can do better, you should go do it. We are just trying to correct things. Yomi cannot know everything fine, but that does not mean doing too much. He may say some things in not having the knowledge. And then why do we have different platforms? We have so many platforms like ours here, so we can put the record straight. Right. And,
all right, Paparano. I'm sorry, I'm taking you away from justice for Mohbad. This is science now. All right. So
yeah.
I've got a question. All right. So if all your left side, yeah, is weak, so let me say your left eye, the left side of your mouth, your left hand, your left leg, that part is all weak. Is there a reason for you to be worried?
Why
Let's
not?
start from that.
Why not? I'll be very worried.
You'll be very worried.
Exactly.
Now,
let us tap on the screen, guys. Where we are speaking, tap on the screen. I'll be very worried.
Okay. Now, when you then sleep and you're unable to, let's say, like I said, your left side is just.
When I get what?
But say you want to sleep at night, yeah? And
sure.
But okay, let me start with what is the best position to sleep at night? Your left side or your right side?
Like if I'm feeling pain on my left side, right?
No, you're not feeling pain. You're not feeling pain. No pain at all. Just normal. What is the best position to sleep?
When it comes to sleeping position, there are medically advised sleeping position, but most of us who are not open to those informations, who don't, like me now, the doctor has never advised me, on the best way to sleep. But over the time, we have developed so many bad habits. Okay. I mean, we have been sleeping in the way that we feel pleased the most. Some people may just sleep like this. Some people may sleep on the side. Okay. So I've not really taken like an instrument to study the way I sleep. But I think it depends on the situation. I may be very tired sometimes and just come fall on bed and I will find myself like this. I won't even have the energy to turn this way. All right. But it all depends on the habits that I've developed. Yeah, but I think, but if I'm not tired, because sometimes I just read. Okay, I read on my phone. I just tell like this. I'm reading. I'm checking stuff going around. Right. I just tell like this. I fall asleep. But I think in the course of sleeping, I will turn. I don't think I can fully sleep 8 hours this way straight. I think I will turn.
So when you turn,
sometimes you may feel cold. Okay, you may want to contract. Sometimes you may want to stretch. So all those things have a role.
wait, so when you turn, right? Because I'm arguing here. I think somebody want to come up with another. Hold on 1 second. All right, so I'm arguing here, and they've taken me to science, okay? And this person is saying your left side, all right? And he said because your tummy is facing down, right? So because your tummy is facing down, it is easy for you to go on. It's easy for you to do what? Go on.
Also, the food won't flow back.
He said the food will not flow back, right?
Yes.
Okay. But when you go on your right side,
Yes.
then
That's how you can.
that's when you get indigestion. All right. And I said, I have to, this is not science. You can't prove it. She is a lawyer. So you can't be telling me.
Are you joking?
Hold on, let me finish. This is my wife here. We're arguing. You can't tell me what science is about.
This is
Hold
serious.
on, I'm listening. Hold on now.
This one, I'm telling you.
I will come back to you though. Wait, let me ask the scientist.
You are your mad.
Yeah, let me ask the scientist. Let me ask the scientist.
This morning. You never.
You are like my house. So.
This morning, you never took that time.
No, hold on first. No, it's still, wait, but scientist is still looking into it. Hold on.
What are you looking into?
Just be patient though. But that's GP though. That's GP. This is a scientists have to do research.
This is why they've been researched.
And he's still working on it though. Be patient. Papa, you have caused trouble in my house. My wife don't call you hello though. My wife has called you hello though. He said as a scientist, it takes you forever to get answer to that question.
You are not asking me a question. You're talking. Did you ask me a question?
Yeah, she said the left side is the best position, right? And I'm like, I don't agree with you. I said, let me go and ask Papariano, the scientist. And now, when I came to you now, she was expecting you to give a straight answer. That but this one that you're saying, I have not properly slept like that. I have. So she's like, no, if you're
no. That was not a straight question. Like I was just trying to recall from different perspectives. You know, in science, sometimes you look at average scores, you look at statistics. Okay, many people today do not know the best position to really sleep. Okay, if we have to take statistics, right, from maybe your street or whatever, ask what's the best position, the best medical position a person can sleep. Most of them will tell you they just sleep how they sleep, right? But if we want to go by research or medically, what is the most healthiest position to sleep? You know, like research shows that most people who sleep on their back, okay? So they claim that is research shows that is the most healthiest position to sleep, where the spine can be aligned. And
okay, wait, Papa, no, let's make it simple. Hold on, no, let's make it a topic now. So to avoid indigestion here, right? What position is best?
To avoid what?
Indigestion, right? What position is the best?
Indigestion. One, you don't eat indigestible food in the night. I mean, before you sleep, you don't eat indigestible food in the night. Do you eat food that would require, much digestions in the night? I don't think you. I mean, we have to do that, right? Have you considered hurting your spine, your spinal cord? Speaking on the left, do you know the disadvantage of it to your spine?
So sleeping on the left, he's talking about a disadvantage to your spine. Sleeping on the left.
Is what?
The disadvantage to your spine. He wants to talk about it. So I'm asking now.
Have you wondered why most Nigerians? Have you wondered why most Nigerians? Have you wondered why most Nigerians they walk the calf like this, and most Europeans they are erect, more straight.
So
they are more
is that because they've been sleeping on the left side? So what is the disadvantage of sleeping on the right side? Wait, okay, how about sleeping on the right side? How about sleeping on the right side? How about sleeping on the right side?
Don't even go there. Then just sleep on the back side, simple. And it's good for knacking, for everything. Do you knock on the left side or on the right side?
What do you think? Knacking. You don't talk about knacking. You're not talking about knacking now.
I'm a sex scientist.
but Papayano, so you know, yeah. Okay, now, so right, okay, let me go back to the topic here. No, now, if your left side, let's say you're right-footed or right, everything about you is right, but everything on your left side is very weak. What would you do? What would you do? So let's say your eyesight, you can't see properly with your left eye. Now, when you put water or when you're trying to chew, your left side, you can't chew properly. Your left hand is very weak. Not like it's not functioning. It's just a bit weak compared to normal. You get what I'm trying to say? Your left leg as well. Everything on your left side is just.
If I'm having pain on any side, I'm gonna sleep on the other side. Where there's no
but there is no pain though. No pain at all. No pain at all. No pain at all. Just weak. Just weak. You know, you can find people here that they can use their left hand to throw maybe football or throw anything. But there are some people here, they can't even throw with that left hand. And not as if it's paining them, but it's just not functioning properly.
They all have their benefits. Okay, there is no one best side. For example, can a pregnant woman sleep on their stomach? You put a woman who is 7 months pregnant, will it be advisable for her to sleep on her stomach? No. Right? What do you say to that? All these men who are fat.
So are you saying a pregnant woman will sleep on their stomach? No, of course not.
I'm telling you that they all have there is no one particular way. That's how I started in the beginning by telling you the different habit we form and how it works for different individuals. There is no one particular way, but they all have their benefits. If you sleep on your back, you build your spine, you have a straight spine. Right? For pregnant women, I think side sleeping will be more advisable.
So to get proper, but you haven't even tested yourself anyway. You don't even know the best position for yourself. So you don't even know.
No. Like for me, I think I sleep on the side. Depending on cold days. On cold days, I'll contract. But on days that like where I'm on hot days, I may stretch. So the conditions. That's why I said that it's going to vary. There cannot be one particular constant way. I don't think so.
So if you snore, if you snore, like you snore a lot, right? So what would be the best sleep position to avoid snoring?
I've never snored. Maybe you should ask.
How can you tell? How can you tell? How can you tell? How can you tell? Wait, how can you tell you've never snored? Do you record yourself?
Maybe. No. Maybe I can't. You see, nobody has ever complained. One, me, I don't tolerate people who snore. Honestly speaking, like me detesting it alone first, okay? But maybe I can manage somebody, but these are part of things which I usually don't like, and so I don't do it because nobody has ever complained to me that I slept, that Kundayo slept and Kundayo snores. Oh, Papa shit, Papa Bingo. Nobody has ever complained that Papa Bingo slept and is snoring. I'm someone that I may sleep like this, you just tap me, I will just wake up back. So I sleep like a cat.
Okay, now let's say you're in a classroom, right, or you're on a plane, right, you're traveling, and you fell asleep and you started snoring. How would you feel? If somebody were to wake you up and a guy you're sleeping, you're snoring, how would you feel? Would you be embarrassed?
In the public, right? Like it's not good looking. It's not a good habit.
It's not,
So I'll feel bad.
But you can't help it though. You can't help it.
No. That's what I'm saying, that I would have people, right? This is habit. It's habit that you can learn how to restrict yourself. Like when you're in the public, you can learn that, okay, in this place, I must not completely, dose. Let me manage. In life, you fix yourself to be better. If you just want to live like that, just because of how your body wants, our body wants to do so many things. You are the one who will not just allow your body. You will hold your body back. When it's going that way, you have to. Like you are like maybe the gear or whatever. You are the control unit that controls, yourself. Yeah.
But you cannot cheat. There are some things you can't cheat. When you're tired and you're feeling sleepy, yeah. Even if you use medication, right? Not to sleep, or you drink Red Bull. If your body is shutting down and you need to sleep, you're going to sleep. So you can't cheat that.
No,
so
you can't cheat. You can't cheat sleeping, but I think snoring. Don't forget that whatever you do that you enjoy, it becomes habitual. Okay, let's say from right when you were young, like where you do those things. Like in my house, we don't snore. First of all, to start with, because it's not. I don't come from family where they condone those. It's a place where they vehemently condemns it. They flog you. You wake up, they will distract your sleep right from the beginning. So when you are sleeping, like you will have this thing like somebody want to hit you, so you will not completely sleep. You understand? Like you are sleeping in a tentative way, in a careful way. You are sleeping, but expecting that something may happen. So you are not fully gone. You understand?
But Papa, that means you're not in a deep sleep, right? You're being cautious. I'm talking about when you're proper tired and you fell asleep.
Let me
right? Nobody want to snore. Nobody want to sleep and snore. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So when you look at people that are naturally fat, say they've got big tummy and all of those things, you expect them to snore. So how do you stop those people from snoring? You can't. So that is you saying, okay, I'm in my head now. Okay, I can control when I want to snore and when not to snore. You can't do that.
So you are saying snoring is natural?
I believe it's natural.
Do you snore?
They say I do. they say I do. Because I got my kids saying, Daddy, you're doing you get. So then how do you stop it? So most times when I'm on the plane,
it's saying that, right? Ways of controlling snoring, since sleeping on your side instead of your back can improve airflow and reduce snoring. So like sleeping on your back, sleeping on your side instead of your back. So let's say like you now, I think you are sleeping like this. So if you start sleeping like this, there'll be enough airflow. Like
Paparano, that one na Sakama and J for me. Even if I put my head on the desk here, people will say I guess no. If we put your head side
again it says elevate the head of your bed. Like let
I've
the head
done that.
Where
I've done that.
Like, let it be.
I've done that. 3 pillow, 4 pillows, quadruple.
It's a quick smoking. It's a quick smoking. Are you smoking?
I know they smoke. Huh? I know they smoke.
Okay. It's a treat nasal congestion if you have catarrh.
I do, but not get catarrh. Talk another one. I don't get catarrh. Talk another. Okay, now
they say you should wear mouthpiece like this device, this mouth guard the boxer used to wear. So wear mouthpiece.
Mouthpiece. The scientist in my house said,
shut your mouth. You shut your mouth.
The scientist in my house said, you're overweight. Okay, the scientist in my house said because I'm overweight. So while you're reading, do you have overweight there?
Yeah. I have weight related, yeah. I have weight related there. Alcohol, limit alcohol and sedatives.
No, but they drink that one. I don't
Yeah,
drink
drink.
three. I don't drink 3 cups of Mattel now. I don't.
It's saying weight management. If you overweight, losing weight can help reduce snoring, as excess tissue around the neck can narrow the airway. So the goal is to narrow the airway.
So what then do you say to
it's
people?
like your airways, your vocal cord, whatever is this big, so air just flow out uncontrollable.
So what then do you say to people that don't do, okay, they don't smoke, they don't drink, but they still snore? They are not overweight, they still snore.
Can we get somebody with a cane near you? Whenever you snore, they'll whip you for 1 week, for 1 month.
Whether they beat me, whether they use they don't kick me, tire, you don't solve anything. You don't understand that. Even on the plane, I try not to sleep no matter how far that journey is. Because I don't want, you know how sad it is when you find people snore. The other day I was in class, right? And there was this guy snoring in class, and people were laughing. You don't understand somebody's father. You don't understand how embarrassing it is.
Since you've been watching my live stream, have you ever heard me snoring before?
Yes, we have. Yes. We have
snoring.
Yes, you. Ask people in the comment section.
One, when I live here,
See, wait, can you see yes?
Myself.
Wait, no, can you see yes?
Listen.
No.
Whenever, just wait. If there's something that you will see come on with me. Whenever I'm no longer on the screen, you will hardly see me on mute. Hardly. Because even sounds that are going on, because I want to believe that I'm trying to, most times I complain to people, don't make noise, it affects my hearing. So I want to believe that when I'm leaving, when I'm not there, okay, I don't want any noise in my background to disturb the live stream and the conversation. So what I do first, I mute everything. So saying that you hear some sound.
Let me ask you a question now. Let me ask you this question now. When you mute yourself, and you walk away for a couple of maybe minutes or hours, is it possible for your live stream to get unmuted by itself automatically?
No. My live stream cannot, unless my phone is malfunctioning.
Yes, so which means it is possible.
No, listen, the condition. Sometimes your phone presses itself by itself, right? So if my phone malfunctions, but I don't think I've been in that situation. I mean, my phone's are.
But you see, people just said yes, and you know why I said that?
Don't mind them. There are people who are just trying to show. Some said no, some said no now.
Wait, Papa. Today, when I was on my live stream, I was muted and I was on the phone talking to somebody. Then Richie messaged me saying, "Bro, mute yourself," right? And I was muted. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I was not even around the phone. I was away from the phone.
You might have not checked it before you left. Believe me.
No, but obviously it was couple of minutes
since you have been watching me. Have you ever seen? Do you think I don't speak sometimes? I speak.
Okay, yeah, but we just told you. But I just told you I've heard you snore. But you just don't want to take it. I've told you. Oh my God! I just told you I've heard you. I've heard you snore, Paparano. I have. Papa, wait, why do you always think you're perfect? You're not perfect,
I don't think I'm perfect. But look at it. We have different disciplinary level. I'm very sure of the discipline. Like, I was stubborn. I went through a lot just because I can be better maybe than my own brothers at home, maybe than my brothers, or maybe than my friends. Okay? Where other kids never take to training. I took training from so many people, not just from my family. I learned handwork. Okay, I learned handwork for almost 8 years and I graduated. So you understand how difficult it is here in Nigeria to learn handwork and to go through all those. Sometimes your guy will flog you, will say, my boss and I worry, man. Okay, I learned fiber construction, all this fiber boot, like ship. That's what I learned. Okay, and end of this is maybe I'm gonna go there, do a video just to show people this is the work I used to do before, and then later before, like I had to go study further. I said, hey, no. Like that was just for cashing, just like people. There are people who do furniture. There are people who learn, farming. So, but me, when it comes to handwork, it was more of like those physical stuff, So, and it wasn't easy because, like, one, all these things you have to bow down, like those things. Like I have a very hard time with all this. You have to double, you have to greet this, you have to greet that. If you offend this, you have to be on the floor, you have to be begging, and they have to be flogging you, and they have no mercy. Okay, so all these different things like makes you different. You cannot compare a child, okay, who comes from a very disciplinary home, one, and also, disciplinary home, and who has given his or her life to Christ, okay, or maybe a good Muslim, and who also went into an apprenticeship for a very long time, especially under a boss who doesn't take no nonsense. In your home, your parents don't take nonsense. In your church, no nonsense. Under your apprenticeship boss, he takes no nonsense. Tell me how you can defeat all this when you depend on them for money, for everything. Sometimes, like, I have all this ethics, but I choose not to live that way because all my life I've always been captured by one person or the other. And I say, let me even fly away and let me do things outside what they used to tell me. So that's what made me, change or whatsoever. That doesn't mean I'm the best. That doesn't mean I'm the best, but just that whenever I come across other kids trained from other homes, I just basically see those lacunas. I see those holes where I have to be the one advising them. Like they feel insufficient. So then automatically it now makes it look like I'm the best. Not that I'm the best, but when it comes to those different grounds, there are so many things they will do that I will not do.
Can I ask you personal questions? Yeah, just personal questions, all right?
Why not? I will answer it technically.
So when you were in uni, yeah, what did you study? What you studied is different from when you were young, yeah. What you
and I will not disclose that. I will not disclose that.
All right, hold on. So
but just know I am in the area. I'm between physics, chemistry, and mathematics. I'm strong in those three subjects.
Okay.
In those three subjects. Organic chemistry to be specific.
Okay, let me rephrase it now.
But then math as well.
Okay, let me rephrase it now. When did you, at what point did you realize that, hold on a minute, I'm actually a scientist?
I think all of this started like right in, I will not say at what point. When it comes to realizing that I'm a scientist, I think I just think it comes from rejection. Okay, like people don't want they don't want to stress themselves to know how things exist. They don't want to go more. I would say I'll become of a scientist when I had to start researching problem right from my thesis days, like where I begin to feel like because I remember that there was a time in mathematics where I will tell myself that there is no mathematics formula I use I cannot prove. So, for example, if Leibniz or Newton says that this is the formula maybe to approach a limit problem, I'll say, okay, this is their own formula. Okay, Leibniz has a different formula, Newton has a different formula. Okay, but they all arrive to a solution. I'll tell myself, come, hey, I myself want to craft my own formula. So I will learn to use random data. Let this be X, let this be Y. Then I'll try to do some manipulation to see how I can come with my own formula who can resolve the same problem. So in searching for I like to have my own method. I don't like to depend on people's method. And also I realize when it comes to social gathering, there's always maybe sometime in Bible study. Okay, because where I spent almost most of my life as well, like there's always this thing, like my pastor always have tough time with me, that the kind of questions you ask, in fact, sometimes they don't like me asking questions in Bible study. They don't like it. Because my pastor will tell me that you will backslide. With the way you are going like this, you will backslide, you will question God one day. He will put his hand to my face in the apostolic church. With the way you are going like this, I swear you will question God one day.
All right, let me ask another
stupid question. And today, I question God.
Let me ask a stupid question, right? You said you're a scientist and you like to do things differently, basically. So have you ever asked yourself, why do people die? Have you ever looked into that? Why can't people live forever?
So I've thought that maybe I can be a scientist who can develop some medical remedy to cure death. I've thought of that as well, intuitively.
So are you still looking into it, or you've reached a point where you realized, okay, I can't go any further?
Oh my God, why is the noise? What is dropping? What is this network thing? Yeah, if I'm trying to be a scientist that cures death, and I'm losing people around me, people that I cherish the most, very close to me, and I cannot even help. Okay, like I can only watch and see. And in fact, during that moment, like the the natural feeling that comes to anybody, when you lost a loved one, it comes on me too. I feel like, hey, my heart should be stronger than these people. If everyone is crying, I shouldn't cry. I should start by not crying. Then maybe I'll be able to now think freely and see maybe something can happen. But I now see everybody as a machine. That when a machine is like broken, like there have to be a systematic way. You have to understand the anatomy of that. Like you have to understand the system. Like if it's a human being, the anatomy of that person before you can be able to like do anything relevant. So I believe that I should have maybe go into a medical area, but circumstances again had to shift me away from concentrating on that. But I've had a thought on trying to rescue human lives. I don't like people dying.
All right. Let me leave this part because I think people want to talk about justice for Mohbad. So
No, you can talk about all. I mean, we will get there.
okay, anyway, I'm done.
That is one thing about me. I like interaction. I like intelligent questions, like that make up people see things, different. There are people who want to know me too. All right. Maybe this will give them, that a place of having some idea of what they are dealing with.
All right. Okay, slowly. So
you can ask any strong question that comes to your mind.
Let me now digress a little bit, right? So like I'm going to start with example. So you come online today. This is the topic I want to treat. I want to go add on Baba Mohbad. You go all the way. Then the next day, you want to go add on Wumi. Then the day after, you want to go add on maybe Yomi. What are the things that make you that should I call it inspiration, or you just enjoy the fact that let me just come out today and let me just mess with people's brain, or you do this thing because you want people to understand that you can't just be one-sided. Like what is that thing that makes you play with people's head, emotion? Like you get what I'm trying to say. So is it because you go around and you listen to what people
or is it
are
because
talking
I'm being
about?
gifted or everything?
No,
like,
no, no. I don't.
like
No, like I just want to know. But I don't want to say inspiration,
the
right?
motive? Yeah, the motive.
Yeah, the motive, because you go around, you listen to what people say on different platforms, and you're like, you know what? Yeah, they've been giving this person too much accolade. Me, I want to decide not to give this person accolade. I want to go the negative on this person. What is that thing that ginger you?
I will say that the first thing for me is I am tired of seeing people dying in ignorance. I think when knowledge is acquired, it should be shared. And I've always enjoyed the process of acquiring knowledge from other people. Okay. So sometimes, and I've understood, because I've been in class with very intelligent colleagues where I have to struggle. In my secondary school days, I may be the best, whatever, but I've got to encounter, even when I did Cambridge exam, all right, I've got to be with people who were very intelligent, and I have to catch up. And the way for me to catch up, I have to go into the questioning mood. They have to be answering, I have to be asking. I have to create a scenario which I also will also learn from. A scenario to challenge what is in the present, what is available. I will challenge the available information. From challenging this available information, then that will make me get more understanding. I will not just jump on something which I think I will not learn from. No. I may be having difficulty with that thing or trying to myself to get it. Because those days they will tell us, our master will tell us, like, as he is teaching, we should also try to create, tutorials for others. So it was like my secondary school days, you who know better, after class, then you create a classroom, you teach others, the same topic, something like that. So while teaching, you also learn in return. And you also get to face some challenge that when you go on your own, you resolve those challenges and then you become better. So I say so many, I say ignorance, in the case. And I told myself, I have, been, and aside from this, just from Mohbad, like I told you, I was in Lawrence panel. I used to, if you know about these guys who do Pan-Africanism, I used to be in those debates, like where they talk about different things, like they argue, it goes there to talk about different part of the world, objective, subjective, religious, other things. I did those things, even here on TikTok. Okay, and if I have to reverse my name to if I reverse my account to some certain name, which I've used before, and I go back to those live streams, they recognize me. Some of them don't even like seeing me. All right. So I've had problem. When it comes to to see how we can have a more appealing information to everybody available. There are some people, they just want to spread false narratives. So, and me, I see myself as king of narrative. If your narrative is going to be the order of the day, it has to be tested. I will challenge it, right? Until I see that, okay, this is nice. I think it's more convincing. It's fine for everybody to digest. That is one. We're trying to resolve ignorance, right? And then secondly, everybody has limits to their tolerance. People can be tolerant until there are some certain things you cannot do to them. When you do those things, then they flare up. We all have limits. Some people is 30, 20, 40, 50, 70. Some people can be tolerant until you take them to some certain place where they don't want to be. So I felt like, right, I have been taken to where I usually don't want to be. When I approach just for Mohbad, I approach it as a very simple case, as something that I will not even use even 1% of my arsenals. Okay, where I will just talk, play, because I have done so many discussions with, guys, reason brains, rub minds, I know what they call quick research. I may be talking to you right now, you mentioned something, I just do a very quick research, like I have a knowledge established, then I'm good to use that knowledge to solve the current problem, right? So all these things, these are techniques that I use, though it's not shown, okay, but those make me better. If I have a debating spirit because I've engaged in debate at some certain point, where you have to represent your classrooms, your school, all of those stuff. So there are so many arsenals that I have. Arsenals, like I have debating spirit, that's argumentative. I have this kind of quietness. My quietness is something that I don't like to show because it may be irritating. I can do without talking. I used to be an introvert before, someone who don't talk, who can be here, who don't talk. I trained myself to now begin to speak too much. Where people now say, oh, this guy speaks too much. Before I don't, but I feel like you're going to be cheated when you don't speak. Because people who are speaking, they are not speaking what will benefit everybody. They are speaking what benefit them. And me, I cannot be there, quiet, dying silently. Somebody representing me for his own pocket. So I feel like I have to speak because I feel like I have the answer. And if whatever they are saying, because they think they can speak so quick, they have fast mouth, right? If they think they can get away with it, then I am going to come test them. And when I come in, most times they run away. Because what they bring in them is just to deceive people. They don't mean well for people. And I think I mean well. So that is one. And second, and thirdly, I feel like I have been challenged, right? There are some certain aspects of my characters, things that I don't want to show, right? Like like kind of disparaging, okay, like downgrading, being reduced, to something which I don't think like that worth all the effort that I've gone through, even in life or whatsoever, right? So I feel that confidence, I feel that maybe dominant or whatever, how to put it, like that. I look at things very small. But when people start now challenging me, then I feel like, okay, I'm gonna piss you off, right? For example, those who are Wumi fans, I would have want me and them to agree, okay, that fine, Wumi is suspicious, that her behaviors shows that she needs to be well investigated. And with the way she's behaving, it looks more like, with the way she's behaving on the DNA case, it looks more like that baby is not Mohbad's son. That we should focus on trying to sort out who the father of that baby is. These are very basic conversations that every gentleman can both agree on, okay? But because they want to stress me, they want to make me look stupid on what I see clearly, that is clearly correct, right? Then I'm gonna be pissing them off. I'm gonna be pissing them off. They refuse to hear the truth. I will be there until we get down there and establish what is the fact, right? And on the side of Mohbad, right? In fact, you will hardly, on this just Mohbad, if there's one person who has been very consistent or who has been very like sacrosanct with people that he support, I think it's Papariano. You hardly see me supporting somebody for something today and then tomorrow change. Maybe it's difficult because while I am following you, I am checkmating you. I will not just conclude on you with that reason, but I will give you more opportunity until I become very convinced. Just like, for example, look at this. I don't want to mention her. I mean, I did doing with that lady. I know how many complaints people have been having on Adedoyin. Know that I don't see it. And I know how many complaints that people also have when it comes to the person of African television. Not that I don't see it, I don't hear it. All right? But maybe that is not where my own weakness may be. Some people, they are quick in punishing. Some people, they are delaying. Okay? They are trying their best to apply every level of understanding, religious understanding. The Bible said be nice. Oh, the culture said this. Apply everything to see whether something can be better, right? And then, but every day they keep feeding up. They keep feeding up with people. But you won't say until it may even be just one little small thing that doesn't even amount to anything. They will act. And when they act, they will act negatively. In fact, you'll be shocked that how did this person get here? Because you'll be shocked that, but this thing is not something big, but because they have harbored that person for a very long time. Do you understand? So that's why I say I'm an introvert. People only see that talkative part of me, but they don't understand that I can be with you in the same room. Okay, if I don't want to speak with you, if I don't want to speak with you, I can have that composure not to do that. But I don't think I can do that now. Before I can do that. Yes, but now I can't do that. Now instead, I will try to fix things or walk away. I cannot be there with you when I don't speak with you. So just with 1 minute, I'm just trying to write it up somewhere. So those are just some arsenals, okay? And also, people have said so many things untrue about me. So I feel like, one, they have accused me that I come to TikTok because of gift, right? They've accused me of maybe like I'm just insulting Baba Mohbad, and I'm proving to them, no, this man like is what I'm analyzing, right? And if I run away, like those switch sometime. I'm an astronaut now. I'm in space. So 1 minute. Let me change. Right to trimmer. What's up?
We can hear you and we can see you.
No, just wait. Don't worry. Just wait. I like my lightings, everything. I don't just stay on camera. I just look stupid. I have to be comfortable. Let's pick on. All right. I love this now. So now, those are the tactics. maybe having a challenge, like maybe feeling challenged, maybe I can say yes. I don't like maybe feeling challenged when I'm trying to be caring, right? If somebody must challenge me, the person must show love. They must show that they also mean well. Okay, but they must not show, because I don't see myself as a threat. Right? But so many people, they really want to challenge you just to ridicule you. And at the end of the day, they don't even understand how much love you have that would have been beneficial for everybody. But they will only come and destroy everything. Okay, they just want to dominate. And when they are dominating, no one else benefit, no one else. You cannot grow under them. I am somebody that, people can grow under me, even from my workplace. I tell my boss, don't call me boss. Okay, in fact, when I'm there and I know maybe ladies are gonna come, I'll say, hey, you are gonna be the boss. We are gonna be calling you boss, because if you make me the boss, all eyes will be on me. So we will make you the boss, okay? So they will act as the boss. All of us will be, but we know who is paying who at the end of the day. So I felt being challenged. I felt like instead of people to listen to me, let us talk about my concerns, which I'm also submissive when I now see that people now understand how I feel and they are ready to have it into consideration, right? Because I don't see myself as a bad person who poses threat, but I don't see people see me as a bad person, and they are getting information from people who cannot even reason, who can't even engage me, right? So then I have to come, okay, those things that piss them off, which is a truth that I have, I will keep insinuating attenuement. I know how to tenumoro. I know how to insinuate something to piss somebody off. Okay, until that thing is being cleared off, I will keep coming. And it doesn't mean, like, for example, now when I give my concern about the CCTV footage of Yomi, it's not because I'm castigating, because no, I am somebody I've known that if you are following somebody with all your heart, with all your soul, and the person misbehave, everyone who is respecting you, right? Because you mislead them, you're gonna lose part of them, because nobody wants to be in the wrong place. So right now, so that's why I have to be clear. When I'm following somebody and I'm leading people, I have to, at what point things is no longer going very well, I have to be clearing myself so that whoever is following me, they know where I stand. So that if at the end of the day, whoever that I told you to follow, that I say we should support, if that person is misbehaving, doesn't have enough discipline, the person is corrupting, I will not share part of it. Because I have seen things, I have only okay, I have got that awareness to say that, come, I have tried to cover it up, but I said no. I can't be part of this any longer, and I have to start and slowly start to take myself away, or I have to start to analyze the person so people can know where I stand. Not because I just chose to be neutral, it's because I realize that while going, there are some things that are wrong. So I don't just want to piss everybody off, but I just want to deal with everybody, and anyone who wants to deal with me, I will appreciate. But this is a social gathering where people will have to deal with people, whether you like it or not. So I think, I don't know, you can ask any question within this or another. So, but this is a good technique. I've given you some few.
Yeah, so from what you said now, I'm going to ask further questions. I hope I'm not boring anybody. So,
no problem.
Yeah, so now, have you ever felt intimidated or inferior? Like, say, for example, man, this guy, what did this guy talk now? This thing weak me. Like, say, in an argument, right? And you think you're right, and somebody comes and say, no, Ogbeni, because you see yourself as a scientist, and when somebody comes and try to shut you down, like Ogbeni, scientist, what you're saying is wrong. How then do you handle it? Do you feel intimidated or you feel inferior when something like that happens? Can you hear me?
Yeah. So what happens is, why I'm somebody who enjoys conversation. Yeah, I'm somebody who enjoys conversation, and I enjoy questioning, and I enjoy learning. Okay, within the course of justice for Mohbad, I know how much I have quickly jumped into the law, and how I have quickly learned the law. I want to know what other people know in the law, but because I'm wondering, they know the law and they're using to cheat people. me, I mean well. I come in as somebody who mean well, right? Seeing other people there misusing the place for their own interest. I don't think it should be like that. I think everybody, that is maybe that's where my own policy or politics come in, or my own economic view. Maybe let me know, okay, I don't want to discuss that, okay. But now, I just like, because people are suffering. I believe suffering should end. I believe everybody want to be better, help them get better. Don't come and post yourself as one thing on people. I don't like that, okay. But relate with them, try to, because everybody want to get better. If so, let me say you see Pella, that little boy driving Ferrari, you want to get it, okay? So try to see how you can get them better. Don't just be with them and you are the only one that is better. Try to see how you can get them better. Give them advice, give them things that can make them get better, instead of you just feeling like you have the best grades forever. So when it comes to, have I ever been challenged or feel inferior? Honestly speaking, I must say that I have been challenged, I have felt inferior out of justice for Mohbad. Let's say it's a different topic, okay, that is not to do with like Mohbad or a death case. Like maybe we are arguing about something, not in this just Mohbad, not here, right? Not here. I will not say in just Mohbad, but I will say on my other platforms, even when we talk about relationship, we talk about cosmology, we talk about sociology, all those things. There are all these white guys who comes around, and they know better of these things. Okay, I have to struggle to catch up to them most times. So I listen more to them, and I want to become like them. I want to be better. I have to work twice, thrice. Sometimes they speak better language, they speak better English. Okay, so I have to go and work on my on my English skills. I have to do many research. I have to do a lot of things. Okay, so especially those who have more advantage than me, when it comes to those areas, I feel inferior. Okay, and I got pissed off, and sometimes I just sometimes I rather don't engage. Okay, or I just look for those who are in my level, and then just go talk to those ones. I don't meet up to all. Even I remember those is when I used to engage in religious belief, like God exists and doesn't exist. I know where I can go. I can call you some very big hosts, okay, who do all of these things. Then, do you know a man they call Christian Prince? Okay, anyway, that's
no.
Yeah. Do you know Bob in the speaker's corner?
Not at all, no.
Okay, I mean that is in the UK. Okay, maybe you're not just you're not in that world, in those debating competitive world, this apologetic kind of stuff. Yes, if you follow those things, it's a different world. That there are so many, bad blood ongoing within people, different sects, and so I've got myself into that toxicity, and that also shit me. Yes, we're in toxic environment, very toxic. Yeah. So, but in just for Mohbad, why I don't feel inferior in just Mohbad, because my number one priority is that I'm searching for how we can help Mohbad to get justice. So it's not about my personal. That's why I said that I just come in like, let me just come and play. Okay, why playing? What can I impute? What can be helpful? So that's how I come. But some certain individuals, okay, who I see them not wanting to hear the truth. That's those who the anti-justice. I tell myself, okay, basic things. For example, now, like when I was telling Stop Movie yesterday, that a file charges, okay, the police filed charges and forwarded it to the DPP. I was expecting to understand that the offenses that the police have had on these people, that police has labeled them with, police now filed it to the DPP, okay? And he was just more on charges. Police has not charged the case to court. He said, DPP, you can use charges. Okay, I said, okay, let me not use charges. Now let me use the word label. Let's try to agree somewhere, okay? But they don't want to agree anyway. They are just people like, it's like they are working for somebody. They are only coming here maybe to defeat you, record you, and go show one paymaster. You see how rubbish thing, you see how, like, I just feel like in their head, they are just being too mean. You understand? So sometimes when I'm very serious and I really feel like, hey, I want this conversation to go far, I'm not tired. Maybe when I'm tired and I'm ending my live stream, they come. I can just say let anything happen. Maybe this will even create, because I stream for hours. Okay. Sometimes I like engagement to go on, and I'll just like some nasty person to be there pissing everybody off. And anybody who felt pissed off, we won't go answer them back that hey, you're stupid. So those things will be ongoing. But if it has to do with me particularly, I think the right thing is when people are being sincere, I'm being sincere with them. But when I quickly see their motive, they don't mean well. Okay, somebody who mean well when they want to correct you, all right, like there's a way to do it. Even me myself, like I have ways to correct people, but people who attack me, I don't correct them. I attack them technically because they are trying to prove something which I don't want them to prove it on me. I'm the last person anybody can play those things with, those mind game. I play mind game a lot. What you're not thinking, I'll be thinking it. But my own, I mean well for everybody to be fine. Others don't mean well. And I can see how they relate with other people. From how they relate with other people, I can tell they don't mean well. So I won't be one of their customers. So there will be some preemptive, whatever. So, like it is, I don't know. Yeah. So it's not about feeling inferior. If we bring feeling challenged, whatever, then I'm not here for justice. Okay. I swear to Almighty God, that has never ever come to my head. It is always how we can get the best information that can help everybody. That's what I think.
Because you mentioned anti-justice now. So let me go into that. After you called yourself, you said you're a scientist, right? So let's go with that. My question is going to go in that way. So the way they defend this person that they believe in, do you think they are doing it intentionally just because they don't want justice, or they are doing it because they are looking at it like, how can a girl kill her, or how can a woman kill her husband? Like, it just don't make sense. It can't happen. Are you looking at it from that angle, or you're looking at it from, deliberately they just don't want justice, they just want to stand on this girl's corner? You use your science technique, right? When you do your research here, you want to know why people think this way. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So why would somebody think to defend somebody that majority of the public are saying, oh, this person did this thing, and there are some member of the public saying it is not possible, this person cannot do it? So scientists, what they do then is they look into why could these people be thinking in that direction when others or majority are saying no, this is the reason why they're doing it. So use your science judgment. I don't want you to go with, because that's why I agree with Aristocrat when he said everybody go into their emotion when it comes to justice for Mohbad. Scientists, maybe they'll go into research. Why would they go into people's brain? Why would these people be thinking in this direction, when this thing should be this way? So you being a scientist, how do you see it?
I just think that whenever I see anybody who's strongly supporting Yomi, especially the ones I've engaged before, can I tell about which one is the fairest one? Which one is more fair? I think maybe we should have been looking at, out of all the Yomi fans or anti-just I've engaged, who do I think is more fair? Okay, or who I can think that this person is just being sincere, right? For me, looking at all these anti-justice guys who have been engaging, I think they're not just sincere. They know the truth. The things we say, they are in line with it, right? They are not being sincere in the sense that we are all calling for investigation to be done. Whatever noise we make would depend on proper investigation from the Nigerian police. Okay, so we're seeing police avoiding to do necessary things which they were supposed to do, which will help us clear the different assumptions which we have based on our own facts, or on our own truth. Like for example, me, I would say that if that child belongs to Mohbad, why it should be running from DNA, right? So if there's any authority that will facilitate the process of DNA, I'll be happy. This will create clarity. In science, whenever there's confusion, or whenever things fall to be determined, I think we do employ scientific tools, method, formula or instrument to resolve it. So why are Wunmi fans not supporting us in the calling of the police to investigate Wunmi and to do the needful in the investigation? They are only coming to defend her. So that's where you see most times I will say that I think these are a collections of a well-organized group from different boss who are being sent to go defend their kind. It's not a mistake. If this case go for 10 years, they will be there. Okay? If the majority of them, especially some certain individuals, they'll be there. Okay? It's not because they don't have the understanding, but because they have the intention to protect women at all costs. Some of them, it could be because they feel like, oh, they have been in that situation before. Okay, they have been accused by somebody wrongly. So they feel like nobody should accuse her wrongly. Some of them, they are in that school of thought that anybody that must accuse her should bring an evidence that she has spoken, that let whatever she says, let it remain like that. Okay, they are those ones, I see them as not very intelligent. But I mean, yeah, and those ones, yeah, when you engage them a little bit, they just turn into swear or whatever. But the ones who are going every length to try to turn everything Wunmi has done, to try to make it look nice, right? They are in a mission, right? Like, there are some of them, at some point, they will agree with you that, truly, like, she not supposed to do this, that is wrong. Those ones, they are just still on their emotions, right? So, I just see them as people who are not sincere enough. And why engaging them? I believe engaging them will expose them the more. But sometimes when you fight, when you they say these things that one instrument in wartime when there's war is to get information from the other side, right? To see what they believe in, to see what they trust, to see how they carry themselves, the things that they believe in. If you look at this case right now, they will tell you, go to station, because they have the backing of the police. And when you check what the police is doing, how many times have you seen them challenging the police? Naira Marley, Sam Larry, Prime Boy was released. Have you seen them writing a letter to challenge the police? No. They are somehow cooperating with the police and they're benefiting from it. So they are blind to see anything good that would be helpful in just Mohbad. So most time when I speak to them, that's why I'm not sincere. I can't be sincere with them. And I don't agree with them most times, right? Sometimes they may be correct, don't get it wrong. But because of how they have so whenever they are correct, they are trying to use that opportunity to floor you, to make you look stupid, that you see, that is to spoil everything you stand for. Everything you've been representing, all the good, everything, they want to maybe use your little mispronunciation or maybe your little not understanding how one particular word is or whatever. They want to use it to prove that their client is innocent, they were right, and to start spreading on different wrong narratives. They don't mean well. It's not coming from. That's why I say I don't feel challenged. As long as whatsoever, anybody can challenge me, but the person should mean well. If the person mean well, I will know. I'll be submissive. And then I will just get that information and I will be better. But when I do my calculation, I see the way the person is coming, I know what the person is trying to do, I will not let the person get away with it.
Okay, so I don't know if Mr. Shalaki want to speak, but when he's ready to speak, I'll meet. So when you engage them, do you engage them because you want them to see reason why this thing should be like this, or you engage them because you just want to engage them? There is no head, no tail, just for conversation sake.
One reason for engaging them, okay, is to check and balance where I stand. I want to be sure I'm standing on the right side of things. Whether they can bring arguments, which if I see those arguments, it can make me to say this position that I'm standing on is a weak position, that I should stop accusing Wunmi. I should stop accusing anybody. I should just see things in a more better way. To which I've tried my best sometimes to listen to them to see whether whatever they bring in can change the fact that Mohbad was not in that house. Don't forget, I've always stood for Mohbad when it comes to what killed Mohbad. Aside from Woto, when I'm being sincere, right? When it comes to what killed Mohbad, I'm fully behind Mohbad, and I'm a low key team Mohbad, low key, right? I became pissed off when I found out like they're just trying to rubbish my name. People work for their name, they work for their reputation. You don't know what they've been. Okay, now people are watching me. The people may see me doing something else tomorrow. Okay, whatever I do here will come and affect me there. I'm not ignorant to that. Let me say tomorrow now you see me somewhere in one stage teaching or doing something, whatever. People who have known how I speak, how I behave here, that will come with me there. So if I don't want it, people to see me one certain way, I have to stand right now when I have the time, when all of this is going on. I've involved myself. And whatsoever I do in it is very, very, very important. So, yeah. On engaging them, I engage them sincerely, and I want their kind to also learn. Okay, because some of their kind, they're not privileged to hear me, right? But when I'm engaging one of them, they will feel like, okay, let them see how far their kind can defend their position. But through engaging their kind, then they begin to rethink. And also, I'm also in a mission like to solve the ignorant puzzle. I like everybody to have the same information, not the same thing. I don't like people to be in the darkness where only one person will know everything and will be outshining everybody. I will challenge that person. Okay, I will try to bring the knowledge.
Let's digress.
No, Sholake, wait. If I start with
you know, I know you don't want me to talk. You don't want to talk about. You don't want me to talk, right?
Come back. It will not be logical. I want it logical. Sholake, you are very emotional. Yes. If I tell you, Sholake, if you want to speak to me, come with your Google, with your phone, so that when we speak, because for example, we will disagree. I like somebody that when we disagree, I said, can we do a quick research? Quick research means let's look for a better standard, so that me and you keep shouting and shouting, right? If I say Google law, Google this, you should be able to quickly do that, because I don't like to flare. Like, why flare up sometimes when I'm trying to establish a common ground with somebody, so that we can go peacefully through the journey. And the person don't want, he just want to bring his own definitions from his head. For example, like when I was trying to like establish to Lady Aries then, I said, come, like, you have to define what you mean by realist, because otherwise you may be wrongly applying that to somebody. And at the end of the day, her definition of realist contradict my own. So I cannot be in that same discussion. Me and you must agree, because that is a subject. We have to agree on what we consider realist. What is real to me is not real to you, sorry. The reality to my own world is not your own reality. Is that the one we are talking about? Or we are talking about fact? If you say that Papayano is a factual person is different from being like a realistic person. Those synonymous, sometimes people can use it. Synonymous, they can use it. But when you look at the procedure of arriving to reality and to arriving to fact, it's not the same. The procedure at which some people come to the reality, sometimes it's not based on the procedure at which brings to fact. To come to fact, there are some certain general standard that is applicable. But to come to reality, you may not apply those general standards. And you will still have a reality, what is real, what you can consider realistic, until somebody come with a bigger fact. Fact is something that is hardly unchallenged, that is difficult to challenge. But reality, I can challenge your reality. I can tell you what you see is not correct. And I will bring the fact, and the fact will unseat what you believe.
All right, can we digress a little bit? Now, remember this case started with in Panti, and along the line, the case got moved to Zone 2. When it was in Panti and when it was in Zone 2, which would you think made progress with this case? Like when I say progress, like gave people a reason to believe, oh, justice will be served, when it was in Panti or when it was in Zone 2?
Yes, everything has always happened in Panti. Nothing happened in Zone 2. What investigation was done? Me and you, had they been the 10-minute video was brought when this report was made to Zone 2, I would have considered that a progress. All I just see is a show. a drama, a show with no result, no achievement, just a show. Just we can just be happy, we can just be smiling, but there is no achievement, there is no result. Or do you see any result? Please tell me.
Was there result with Panti? What result would you say you got from Panti?
Yes, the result that is in Panti, I think, is the fact that there is somebody who is being pinned down, at least for impersonation case, and then the person is being pinned down, the person is going to face trial, right? There's a police in Panti that investigated that case of impersonation. So that is the best. What we got out of this whole 3 seconds right now is still impersonation. We have not got something out of it, something else out of it. Has Damola been charged for swindling Yomi? Has Damola been charged to court for other things? No. Damola charges to the court right now, it is still on impersonation, right?
Yes, but was it Panti that did that or Nikeja?
It's Panti. It is Panti.
It is Panti. Okay, cool.
I think so. No. I'm not sure, but I think so. The homicide case is everything.
I think it was Ikeja, but I'm not going to argue because I'm not too sure.
But
myself.
any of it. So any of it. Okay, what are you trying to prove? I just want to get a point. What are you trying to prove? Because this.
No. Obviously, my point is this: like I feel when this case got moved back to Panti, all of these people feel a bit relaxed. I mean, the Adura,
Let me ask you a question.
Damola, go on.
Who took the case to Ikeja? Adura was in Ikeja, right?
Yeah, correct.
Damola case started in Ikeja. Damola was charged in Ikeja, to be specific.
Correct.
So.
Yeah.
Yes, it was in Ikeja. Yes. So, but Yomi didn't report in Ikeja. Yomi ran away from that particular place where Damola was charged.
Correct.
Do you remember?
Yes. Correct. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
So you went to another command. So the command Yomi went. Did any change? Did anything happen? Any evidence? Any result? Any achievement?
Nothing. But I felt that when the case was in Zone 2, it got those people scared a bit. Like the Adura.
It's just a show. It's just a show.
Yeah.
There's no offense labeled on them as we speak it today.
But my point is this, Paparanoda. Do you think like now that this case has moved back to Panti, do you expect to get any result from Panti as regards this case? Knowing what we know from time that is that people in Panti, they've compromised, they said they've got dagger that Prime Boy used to buy Mohbad, all of those jaga thing that the embalmment was in Panti as well.
No. The embalmment was in Alagbon, it was brought to Panti.
Yeah, it was brought to Panti, but it was brought to Panti. Then after Panti,
I think it was in Zone 2, but I'm just missing them. It was somewhere else, I think Zone 2, then brought to Panti.
Yeah, but when you got to Pantisha, nothing else again. We don't know anything about empowerment anymore. Now the same thing is going to happen to this 3 seconds video. They're going to mess it up with Panti again. Everybody walk away like a case was never brought there. So that's why I'm saying that.
I'm not bothered about that because only thing I'm bothered about is this. What does Yomi know that we don't know? That's what I'm bothered about. Because he's the one speaking. Everything we hear that goes on there, we are hearing from him. Police is not speaking to us. So what if he's not giving us the exact information that is given to him there?
Fair enough. But the only way to know that is if someone like say Baba Mohbad now decide to go there and say I actually want to know what is happening with this case. But if Baba Mohbad come out now to tell us even the truth, some of us will not believe because we know there is a beef between Baba Mohbad and Yomi. So even if he's coming out to tell us what is true, we won't take it. Same thing with African TV. We know they've got issue, and even if he's speaking the truth, we will not take it that he's speaking the truth because there is a conflict of interest there. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So it's just all messed up at the moment. And now another question I want to ask you is this, right? Now that the
last person to believe is African TV because of there's so much hate.
You get what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I can still believe Baba. I can still believe Baba Mohbad because I know there's no Baba Mohbad speak. If you listen carefully, you will know when he's playing games and when you will know what to do. You take out one or two things. Believe me, whenever Baba Mohbad speaks.
Do you know why do you know why I won't believe Baba Mohbad at this moment? Because there are some people before he comes out to speak, he has already narrated to some people.
They have filtered it.
You get what I'm trying to say? They would have told you what to say and what not to say.
Yeah. Like, for example, now, when they went on posting that Mohbad died on the 11th, but Mohbad has never said so anyway, but they just went to put it there, and they want us to be holding the man for that.
You get what I'm trying to say. I remember when Guregi said on the 11th at Berekete, Baba quickly interjected and said, no, it was on the 12th. You get what I'm trying to say. So I wouldn't take anything Baba say at the moment, because there are people who are, should I say, they are trying to fine tune him. They remove and they add. Do you understand? So I'll put that aside again. Now I'll go to the Binti part of it now. So now Binti apparently said he has watched the video. So my question now is, can Yomi not tell the police to invite Binti to come and narrate what he saw in the video? Don't forget, he said the videos has been deleted. This person don't have the video anymore. What's that boy's name? Damola. The video has been deleted. So apparently Binti has the real video. So can police then tell Binti to bring the video he has? So everybody can. So the
Yomi I think Yomi has every right to write a petition, a formal letter to the police, stating the fact that somebody has claimed that he has an evidence that will help unravel his case. Yomi has a case right now of thinking that Adura concealed an evidence. Okay, so Yomi want clarity to the 10 seconds video. So if police are unable to get it, police have the right to go. They have the right to get that video out. So if Yomi is coming to tell them that there is a place where you can get it, so it is very reasonable for police to cooperate with Yomi to go get it from wherever they can get it. And if the right place right now is from Binti, then they should call Binti. They should petition Binti to submit the information that he has. In fact, I think Yomi should have done that even before now. If he has not done that, then maybe it's, you see, one thing I see, right? Another thing that when I see people speaking to Yomi, they don't speak like they want to help him. They just speak like they adore him, like a God who has come to solve their problem. They don't look at how you're engaging me right now. You can never engage Yomi this way. Sure, you know so, right?
Yeah, I know.
You cannot.
With Yomi,
and even people who are there will not even allow it. Even those who are there, they won't even allow it.
Everybody want to talk to you.
This whole is supposed to be like a family thing, trying to help. Yeah. Okay, but it's not like one person who, like, you depend on at the end of the day doesn't have everything that it takes. So
when he was speaking on a platform today, I kept tagging it in the comment section that Yomi, why don't you tell the police to invite Binti, not even petition, not even arrest Binti, just invite this person to come. Since these people claim they have deleted the video, blah blah, but you, Binti, you have the video and you've seen it.
You know, there's this game I think that I think Yomi is also playing. Okay, and people like are not trying to. Me, I'm just being sincere to myself, because at the end of the day, when things start, because I know one thing for sure in life. Okay, when you do many mistakes, sooner or later, those mistakes will materialize into something else that will hunt you down, that you cannot be able to defend yourself against. All right, so you have to be careful to see that you don't commit a lot of those things that people are complaining about. You want to be better. You want to listen. Okay, like I listen. You know, people make a reason about me. I listen and I try to see that I address those things. Okay, and when you ask me the other time, I was supposed to have said this, that I do go to other live streams. I don't listen to some things that they say. I see false narrations. I feel like public should be held. Then I quickly jump on live and I just jump on those topics. Okay, just to so that I put things right, or we all can come to look at it. For example, when you bring socialists and scientists in the morning, the aftermath of it, I think you also benefited from it, right? You didn't regret bringing that topic up, right?
Of course I didn't.
And we all benefited from it. So that is exactly how I roll. You understand? It's not intention to showcase or whatever. No. Or to condemn anybody. No. I want to bring it out with love to see how we can approach it. Because if I feel confused, all right, then I challenge myself that I must get to the root of this.